good. We're broadcasting. We're live. Black screen.
We are?
Yep. 7 o'clock.
Look at you.
That was good.
Mics are down.
Hi-oh. Will Senna, what's going on, buddy?
Hey-oh.
Hi-oh. We are live, Wrestlefudge TV. Back in the building. Will, it's great to be here, buddy.
Oh, it's great to be here.
It's been a busy day. A little hectic in the studio. We got a busy show tonight. Let's talk about the show. We're going to run the gauntlet. We're going to hear from Chuck. We're going to run the gauntlet tonight. We have 6 or 7 huge shows to update you on and tell you more about. On the phone tonight, 1 year in the making, JT Dunn. Maybe. I joke with JT Dunn. Literally, this is a guy we've been trying to get on the show forever. Also on the program tonight, on the phone, Mikey Chase. On the phone for the first time. And how long has it been, Will? It's been...
Too long.
Thank you. We're going to hear from Mikey Chase. A lot to talk to Mikey Chase about. I'm looking forward to that interview. Also on the phone tonight, I always look forward to this guy on the show. It's going to be Pierre Vachon, the beast, the big man. I say I look forward to it because, 1, I absolutely do, and 2, the man petrifies me to no end.
You've actually wet yourself, I believe.
And there is no guarantee that I will not wet myself on these airwaves live tonight. Before we get too deep into the show, I think we would be remiss if we did not talk about an event that occurred over the last week and a half. As most of you are, I'm sure, are aware, Tom Ugly, the chairman, who is a independent wrestler in the upstate New York, Massachusetts, Connecticut area, passed away on Halloween night. It was a shock to everybody who knew him, all his friends, his family, his fans. On the last year and a half, Tom has become somewhat of a fixture at just about every independent wrestling show, certainly in upstate New York. Most of them, he was either reffing or he's in the back or he's been instrumental. And he's friends with a lot of the boys, so obviously a shock. He leaves behind a young daughter, an extended family of wrestlers and fans who are still reeling. I speak for Will Senna. I speak for everyone at Wrestlefudge.com, Wrestlefudge TV Live, and 68 Caroline Productions when we extend our deepest condolences and sympathies to his family and his friends. We're not going to sit here, Will, and pretend as though we were his best friend or knew the guy great. We had
Pleasant guy when you talk to him, though.
Absolutely.
Pleasant guy.
Always very friendly, always enthusiastic. You talk to anybody, and they will tell you, ask them about Tom Ugly. It's all about his passion, his enthusiasm for wrestling, his energy, and the fact the guy was just fun to be around. And I think it's easy to say that, Tom, you will be missed.
living out a dream. Now I know you're leaving me, and I'll never understand. Before I let you walk away,
Obviously, a loss to everyone who knew him. And Tom Ugly, you will be missed. Thank you, Tom. As always, Will, the show must go on. And we do have an amazing show for everyone tonight that I hope would make Tom proud. We're gonna do our best, Will. So let's talk about what we got going on. Let's shift gears. Big show, Will. I hope you're excited about this. I hope you're excited.
Very
about this
excited.
show,
I like this booking all around. Thank you. Season 3 blowing my mind.
It's true. It's an exciting show. One thing that's not too exciting that I wanted to talk about pretty early, Will, and we were talking about it earlier. It's a little disappointing, a little bittersweet. WrestleArt.com, our good friends, are going to be closing their doors on December 1st. WrestleArt.com is going to shut down. They thank you. Peace and love, peace and love. But do not send any more requests for Wrestle Buddies after December 1st. So yes, our good friend Michael Anthony at WrestleArt.com has been successful with this business. It's a very unique thing. It's literally one of a kind custom. This is your last chance to get a one of a kind custom Wrestle Buddy, pillow smasher, whatever you want to call it. Whether it's an indie wrestler,
Just don't call it a pillow biter.
please. That's all completely different demographic. Will. Whether it's indie wrestlers, pro wrestlers, as you can see, the classics, and again, customs. When it comes to WrestleArt.com, you really can't touch the quality. Look at that, Will. That's 36 hours of work right there. It's impressive. There's Bret Hart. A lucky fan won that. So WrestleArt.com has gone great strides to support not just independent wrestling in their own way, but also this program and our website. And this is the least we can do to give back. What a unique gift! It's around $100
And a lot of local liquor stores, I think.
Oh, he's done a lot of done a lot of business.
Yeah.
Wine. He's actually completely moved
He's a
the market
connoisseur,
on wine.
right? Yeah.
Oh, big time. It's fantastic. So yeah, WrestleArt.com is closing. Whether it's an indie wrestler, a professional wrestler, a classic, somebody from the big leagues, a little guy, Michael Anthony will deliver before December 1st. After December 1st, it's going to be a lot harder to come by. So what a collectible, what a thing to have. So sad, but if you're interested, while the clock is ticking, Facebook.com/Wrestling Buddies, or of course WrestleArt.com for more information. Will, I heard you wanted a Wrestle Buddy.
I did?
That's what I heard.
What? Well,
A Will Senna one?
no.
I heard that you wanted a Will Senna.
I wanted the Miss Elizabeth one, but that was for other reasons. Strange. I like a chubby, fluffy. Wow, see, look at that. Miss Elizabeth, she's texting me right now.
From the grave.
Woo!
Oh, boy. Big program. Before we get too deep in the show, Will, what were you going to say? You were going to say something. I saw it.
I don't think I was.
You were breathing. I'm sorry. Let's talk, if we can, let's throw a little congratulations, if we can, to our good friend of the Fudge, Mr. Wrestlefudge himself, newly crowned NEFW Revolution Heavyweight Champion for the very first time. Got to give Bobby Ocean some love. There's the man right there. Congratulations to Bobby Ocean, the NEFW Revolution Heavyweight Champion. Good friend of the Fudge. So I guess it's not really his birthday, but a little more up his alley.
There's the updated photo.
There's
the man with the gold around his.
Give it up. Let's give it up for Bobby O.
Bobby,
that's my man.
my man.
Big moment. This guy, again, I'm so happy for him. I woke up, saw the news. It was all over social media when he captured this belt. Of course, he won it in a 4-way match, also featuring Chris Battle, Furio Falcone, and our first guest tonight coming up at the 8 o'clock hour, at the top of the hour, JT Dunn. And I will tell you, it came down to JT Dunn and Bobby Ocean in this match. There's videos circulating on Facebook, on Twitter, that fans have taken of this match. It's a little hard. You got to look for it. You got to know where to look. Okay, maybe we'll provide it. Maybe we'll share it today.
Maybe we can find it during the show. Let me hunt.
All right, Will's on the case.
YouTube?
Nope.
Oh.
Nope. Maybe go to Bobby Ocean's personal Facebook page.
Done.
Wow.
I'll be there in a minute.
But yeah, throw the camera back to me because I'm not sure how long I can talk. So yeah, big Big.
I was waiting for you to move on, and then I was going to give it. I was just waiting.
You're like Fred. You're going to give it to me when I'm ready to move on. But yeah,
You were moving on.
Huge battle, huge finish. Bobby Ocean brings the house down in Waterbury, Connecticut at NEFW's Revolution Rise. Big win. And again, I think we got to give Bobby Ocean another round of applause whilst, lest anyone forget, the Wrestlefudge TV live drinking game. When we clap, you drink. And it's
Starting right now.
It's a family game. I want everyone. I think the whole family can play this
Kool-Aid.
game. Sure.
Be Kool-Aid.
Sure.
Kids are going to be on a sugar high. Parents are going to be wasted.
Yep. White girl wasted.
Whoa.
Yep. White girl wasted.
Why is it always about color?
I have no idea. Let's welcome our viewers. Thank you for tuning in tonight. In the chat room, we've got Sergeant Fury pounding some beers. He wants everyone to know, Will, that he think again, Will. If you just to remind you, Will Senna, Sergeant Dan in the chat room last week. Basically, I don't know. It was a bit of a drinking challenge made. I don't know if we're gonna see that, but it sounds like.
What time did I start this afternoon?
Probably around 12:30, 1 o'clock. Will.
Cheers. Way ahead of you. Start catching up.
Get on his level, kids. Get on his level. The Rickety Rocket also in the chat room, and let's give it up for the Rocket if we can. The only way we know how. Give it up. Holy shit, that camera's a little tight.
I told you it was. You didn't listen to me.
It's like a giant disembodied. Look at how big my head is. Like people.
All right, we'll
Man,
go back to the
it's
other
like 30 pounds of just meat.
Let me scoop you out of there. There we go.
Scoop me right out.
There we go.
Woo! So yeah, congratulations to Bobby Ocean. Big victory. I hope to have Bobby on the show again soon. Perhaps in studio, Will. I don't know.
Maybe a call in at least very soon.
Minimally. It's been too long since we caught up with our good friend, Bobby O. Just to remind you, if you're tuning in now, we have 3 huge guests tonight. JT Dunn coming up at 8 o'clock, 8:30, Mikey Chase, and at 9 o'clock, the Beast himself, Pierre Vachon. And I am scared shitless, Will. I know I said it before. I'm going to say it again. I am scared shitless of Pierre Vachon.
Speaking of the Rocket and Vachon,
Oh, I love that.
I dug this out. I
Now,
mean, this.
Let's talk about this picture.
We're going to have to ask the Beast about this because the Rocket's taller than the Beast.
Yep.
We're going to have to talk to him about this.
I had no idea.
Good artwork, though, there. I mean, that's. Could I have got that into your segue any better? You went from the Rocket.
No, it was fantastic.
Thank you.
Take my money.
You're doing a great job. But yes, Pierre Vachon on the phone tonight. But before we get to that, Will, let's talk about where Pierre Vachon is going to be Saturday night. That's tomorrow, Ballston Spa, New York. But in order to do that, Will, in order to even get to talk about...
You're not going to do it already. You're going to do it?
I feel like if we don't do it, it's a missed opportunity.
Is Chuck ready?
Chuck? Let's throw it to Chuck.
All right,
Can we?
let's give it up to Chuck.
It's time to run the gauntlet. An in-depth, hard-hitting, semi-informed look at the independent wrestling events coming within a 3 hours drive of your town. So hold on to your hats, buckle up, and insert additional preparedness cliche here. Are you goons ready? Because we are running the gauntlet.
Give it up for Chuck, the official Wrestlefudge TV live announcer.
Man.
He really is one of the best. We are running the gauntlet because that's what we do here, bringing you, the viewer, the wrestling fan, information on shows coming up in the month of November. And now, guess what, Will? Good news. We're creeping into December, good buddy.
Good God.
Yeah. Come on. But you don't like you're afraid you don't like Christmas? What's going on?
Bah humbug.
Really, it's come to this.
Presents and shopping and
Yeah, it's a lot.
interacting with people, and it's all the way for me.
Yep. You're not a fan.
Are you?
No,
No, you're not. Don't act like you like to be out in public.
I don't like being broke.
Well,
I'll tell you that much.
it hurts.
What the fuck?
It's a great sound effect.
Love it. It's your favorite, Will. So let's run the gauntlet. We're going to start, if we can, keep it local, IYFW's Season 7 Exit Wounds. Check it out, Will. Promo poster. Love it.
It's about time. Way to go, guys.
Just in time. Just Incredible appearing on the show, which is a big deal. Just Incredible, I got to be honest with you.
Maybe.
No, Will, let me tell you. I've been impressed with Just Incredible. Seems like he's on a really good path.
Good.
I've been reading his blog lately.
I only want health for him. I was just, for a little while there, he may not have been reliable.
You're absolutely right. But it seemed, he's excited to be in Boston Spa tomorrow night, and he's taking on Guillaume Desaad. Guillaume Desaad, a very dangerous competitor, former IYFW heavyweight champion in his own right.
Fun guy to watch.
Fun guy to watch, but man, I'm nervous for Desaad here. Okay, is he gonna walk out of this match with his wits about him?
I hope he at least walks out with his clothes still on.
Yeah. For those just tuning in, maybe I'm not all too familiar with Guillaume Desaad. I can tell you, we've seen his junk, and it.
Well, I'm desperately looking for a picture of my man, but
I'm not sure if we have one ready.
We have one in the book.
Yeah, it's not ready.
Not in the vault.
Well, we're gonna. I have a feeling you're going to see a missing persons picture on the nightly news after his match with Just Incredible tomorrow night in Boston Spa. I think you're going to see some Singapore cane action. If
Whoa.
that can. All right. Also, you got the a big tag match. CJ Scott, Damon Ravage taking on Northern Fury.
Wow.
One of our favorite tag teams, Northern Fury. Is there anybody maybe other than Pierre Dunn? Oh, okay. We're going right to the clap. You know, I'm with you. I'm with you on that. That's going to be a huge match, Will.
There's only one tag team more entertaining.
Okay.
Than Pure Dynamite and Northern Fury.
Okay.
And I'm going to say it. I just said it. More entertaining.
I want to hear it. Go ahead.
And that's RPG.
Wow, Team RPG. I believe they're going to be in action also. I'm almost positive. Can't confirm. I have no idea. I'll be honest. Also in action, Jamar Justice and Liam McFerrin. You're going to see Franz Roddy, who we spoke with last week. He's going to be taking on Roman Dominguez, the Pillar.
Entertaining appearance for Franz.
Again,
off the chart.
Yeah, a stellar appearance by Franz Roddy. If you missed it, of course, check out youtube.com/Wrestlefudge to check out last week's episode. It's up there in full. Enjoy it. It's Franz's segment is totally worth the wait, as per usual. Also tomorrow night, you're going to see one of our guests tonight, Pierre Vachon, take on the Northern Stud. Will.
Wow.
Yeah. That's going to be a war. Northern Stud's one of those guys who he comes down to the ring. Maybe the first time you see him, you're like, okay, what's this guy going to do?
And then he runs around like a madman.
And he's got skills. He's quick. He's a veteran. But man, locking up with Pierre Vachon, that could be a war, and that could be the biggest challenge
Look at that
Northern
right
Stud has had to date.
Stud.
Yeah, and we're going to have this man tonight, Pierre the Beast Vachon, on the phone. He will rock you. Stay tuned for this interview.
Entertaining guy.
We have it on good authority that you may see a side of Pierre Vachon tonight that you may not be used to seeing. So stay tuned tonight. 9 o'clock, breaking news.
I just never get to use that slide.
You may also tomorrow night, Will, while we're running the gauntlet, we might see a continuation of the storyline between Drake Evans and Chip Stetson, which it's been, I guess, as I understand, it's been boiling. It's simmering at this point. And, Will, you prepped some kind of segment.
I did?
I don't know what you got up your sleeve here. IYFW been very active with some promos as of late.
And normally we have a clip of the week.
Yeah, what do we got?
Normally, in fact, I think where's that? Where is
Oh
that
wait, you know what? I'm wondering if the audio is going to work on this.
Normally we have. I don't know if it is either. I don't know if it is either. That's why I'm worried. I mean, normally we bring you the Wrestlefudge TV Live Premium YouTube feature of the week.
Right. Which here you see a clip of
and-
JT Dunn and Hollow Wicked at WrestleJam 10. Continue.
Big match. I mean, these guys are big guys. We'll be looking at this later. Hopefully, when we talk to JT Dunn,
Yep.
I had it ready. But normally, and God, I wish the sound would work. I hope it does.
I don't think it's gonna. It's not working there.
If it doesn't, we'll be right back real quick. But this is the new segment Wrestlefudge calls the new.
Oh, I'm sorry. Hold on. Oh, please. Yes.
The new clip, Pile of the Week.
Wow.
Hello there, in your face.
So,
wrestling
Chip Stetson
fans.
promo,
It
Will,
is
your pile of the week? Is that what it
your
is?
legend.
And the audio
Chip
isn't
Stetson.
working.
I don't think the audio is
You know,
working.
What?
A lot's been
Hold on,
said
hold on,
over
wait.
the last 2 months about why I turned my back on
Maybe
you
we just can't hear
fans
it.
and
Maybe it's
why
working. If the audio is
I
working, let
jumped
us know
Drake
in the chat
Evans
room, please.
When he wasn't
I'd be
looking.
curious to know. But yeah,
Well,
Chip Stetson.
You need to
Lay in a stinker.
understand
Let him listen.
something. For the
Can I
last
listen?
year, I've been having to put up with so much wrestling political bullcrap in that locker room. It's enough. I didn't snap sooner than I did. See, they got me with good old
Not sure if it's working.
pancake face.
Not
good
getting
Lord
anything from the
Welling.
chat room.
You
I have
know
no
what?
idea
In
what's
the
going on.
very beginning, it was fun. You know, I laughed a lot, but
Yep.
you know,
Yep. We were just.
they were doing it.
Oh, they're saying
to
it's working.
Help that guy
They say it sounds great. So.
by getting my rub.
That can be a point.
I tell you right now, that's not happening anymore. Okay, so while it was a little bit over the edge, it was something that needed to get done. Second, all I've been hearing about is Icon, the in-your-face icon Drake Evans. Make me sick. If it wasn't for me, there would be no in-your-face wrestling. It's because of me 18 years ago, along with a couple guys from Amsterdam, we're the ones who went out and got trained and brought the knowledge back to this area. What do I get? Oh, thanks, Chip. Appreciate it. You know, we love having you around, Chip. Oh, always good to see you. Stab a knife in my back when I'm not looking. Rough business, Drake Evans, isn't it? But you didn't like it happening to you, did you? Oh, it came out of nowhere. Felt like your family stabbed you in the back when you weren't looking. Welcome to pro
You should always do
wrestling,
promos
Drake
in white
Evans.
polos, really.
You haven't learned that in the 14 years you've been around, huh? Definitely a predicament. So, first you want to challenge me to a Texas bull rope match, then you get yourself in a little car accident. Wow. You know, you really should be more prepared. Do you not do a pre-trip inspection to make sure that your taillights aren't working? I believe your words were, you got
I made a mistake in
nailed on
editing there. The clip cut the
backside
top
at
of his head
40
off.
miles an hour.
Yeah, that might be perceived as an improvement.
Well,
Oh,
I've seen that backside, Drake Evans, and I know I wouldn't want to get nailed in the backside at 40 miles an hour.
In the backside.
wow.
Well, you know, we're poking fun. We're poking fun here at Chip. And Will, you with me? Will, wake up, buddy. Come on.
I'm sorry. I'm sorry.
We're having a little bit of fun.
Woo. That was the Wrestlefudge
Oh, I apologize.
pile of the week.
Oh,
That was horrible.
I apologize.
Someone can't control the board.
Try it again. Try it again.
Oh, wait. The Wrestlefudge pile of the week. I'm done trying. Oh.
Oh, sorry about that. It's not so much TV Live pile of the week. So yeah, it's a pile. Listen, there are good promos out there, but not Chip's best ever. Here's my
And
thing.
here at Wrestlefudge, we like to spotlight not only good things, but maybe some of the
Look, I'm not saying.
things.
I mean, here's my thing, Will. If I can, let's get a little bit.
You're gonna talk about the Afghan in the background?
Well, a little bit. Like, what are we trying to do here? I know this isn't WWE. I understand we don't have a huge budget, but
I've never seen a badass cut a promo on a couch
that they're
in a recliner.
right with an Afghan that they're
The only thing he's missing is like a cat laying in the
like jumping in the background. Yeah. Oh man, I don't know.
trying to run a business here.
Well, I'm just saying, you know, you want to appear at least a little bit. I don't know. Look,
Maybe you don't.
que sera, sera. Am I right? Maybe you don't. So yeah, IYFW Season 7 tomorrow night. Exit Wounds in Ballston Spa, New York. The Ballston Area Community Center. Bell time 7 p.m. Check this show out. Do it. Just do it. Justin Crowell's going to be there. It's a big deal, Will. So, all right, we'll move along. We're moving on with the gauntlet, if we can. Real Warrior Entertainment. We spoke with executive producer Caleb Seltzer last week. He put this show over like a sun gun. So if you missed last week's interview, be sure to check it out. As you can see, Diamond Dallas Page appearing. Also in action, as I understand it, a whole hell of a lot of Italians. Okay? Listen, you go on their YouTube page, like everybody, there's Nunzio's running the show. Then you got the Altamores, also known as the Badgers, who we love to see working elsewhere. Love to see the Badgers in RWE. A bunch of other Italian guys. It might be, listen, I'm having Italian overload. It's like a pasta salad gone completely insane.
Whoa!
I'm just saying.
There's no such thing as an insane pasta salad.
Well, I'm just saying, like, at some point, you know, you almost need to ask yourself if we might be a little bit much. And there you see, of course, Craig Andrews, the owner of Real Warrior Entertainment. Again, these guys are very ambitious. I love the energy. I love the drive.
Suit. It's a great suit.
It's not very sharp suit. Very sharp
Compared to the original PR shot
What are you doing?
that we were given.
We didn't know. No, I got that one myself. Let's not say they gave
Let's
it.
see. There we go. I like the suit better.
So do I.
Thank God.
Yeah, thank you. So Real Warrior Entertainment also going on tomorrow night in Windsor, Connecticut. It's the benefit for Windsor, Connecticut's cadets, which is a big youth program. Call it what you will. So absolutely check out Connecticut's new sensation, RWE, in Windsor, Connecticut. Can't say enough about this show. Got a lot of good buzz, so check them out. Moving right along, if we can. Tomorrow night, a third stellar show going on. This time, guess what, kids? For the first time in months, wrestling returns to Bethany, Connecticut. Whoa! Bethany, Connecticut, in the Bethany Town Hall when Northeast Wrestling, NEW, presents Wrestling in Bethany. Isn't this exciting? Big main event, Paul London, Matt Taven.
Great place to see a show there in Bethany.
Absolutely, and I to be honest with you, I'm really excited. Again, one of the many reasons I'm looking forward to speaking with Mikey Chase on the phone in just a little bit, other than the fact that we play Grand Theft Auto together, okay? And I'm going to give the guy like a fist bump over the phone, okay? Other than that is the fact that he's actually going to be at this show tomorrow. I want to know how it's going to feel for Mikey Chase to walk through that curtain in the Bethany Town Hall and have a different banner behind him than CTWE. He put a lot of blood, sweat, and tears in that company. I want to hear his thoughts of why they closed. What's that about? I want a lot to talk to Mikey about, Will. You got to agree.
What's so great about Florida?
What's so great about Florida? These are all fair questions, and they're all fair game. Stay tuned, 8:30, Mikey Chase on the phone. You're not going to want to miss that interview.
You're out of breath. Take it easy over there. You all right?
I'll be honest. I had a Red Bull today. Haven't had Red Bull in months, okay? Haven't had a Red Bull in months, but it's making my heart race. It's like white guy crack. What do you got, Will? What's going on?
And he's all over the place because we're not through the gauntlet, and I'm empty.
All right,
He's all over the place. It's not my fault.
I got a lot
It's
to
the
get
Red
to.
Bull.
Got a lot to get to.
Not my fault.
Got a lot to get to. So
Everybody blames me
NEW
for derailing you.
Lucas Sharp and Brian Anthony for the NEW Heavyweight Championship. Lucas Sharp, of course, the last CTWE Heavyweight Champion. Big match in Bethany. Big match going on. Big doings, and it's going down tomorrow. Vladimir Joseph going to be there, I think. A lot of stars of CTWE and more. Connecticut, the Northeast in general, going to be in Bethany. Got to check it out. So 2 big shows going on in Connecticut tomorrow. Then we've got November 22nd, Will. Let's do it again. November 22nd. Will, I know your glass is dry and you're freaking out. Bret Hart comes to Whitehall, New York. It's World of Hurt Wrestling presents a once-in-a-lifetime meet and greet. It's going to be a big deal, big doings.
Possible announcements around this show.
Yeah, let's, you want to tickle their ass with a feather?
I think we should. I mean, I think we'll be welcome.
I hope we're going to be welcome. Listen, we are planning, hopefully, to broadcast live from that show. You're going to see some innovations. We hope to be closer to the ring than we've ever been before. We hope to bring the action to you.
Multiple camera shoots.
Right.
Fun and games for the crowd. Some
interaction.
Should we tell them one of the games we're going to do? Or no?
Please. Will, go ahead.
We're going to get the crowd involved. We're going to be playing some games for anybody who is brave enough to step up to a Wrestlefudge microphone. We're going to challenge you. There's going to be specials. If this is all finalized,
we did trivia before.
We've done, but we're gonna get real people up there winning some real prizes. Some kids
interact with some kids.
It's always fun.
Yep, that's what it's about.
Get the kids involved with what's going on. I think more than anything, it'll just be a new experience for us in a live show with the new abilities and upgrades that we've gotten.
Yeah, and I look forward to bringing World of Hurt Wrestling one step closer to everybody. Let's be honest. Hopefully, we'll be live on Ustream and Wrestlefudge.com on November 22nd in Whitehall. Can't wait to shake Bret Hart's hand. And what an opportunity!
And a great venue. It's a great venue.
Love the venue. We're looking forward to that. Let's move right along to the next night. Back in Connecticut, East Haven hosts WrestleJam 11, November 23rd.
Whoa!
Oh yeah.
Not once, but twice a year.
Legend. Wait for it. Dairy.
Thank you.
Big deal. Nocturne and Dave Cole, one more time, one last time. The only time that matters.
It's an unsanctioned match.
Yeah.
That's how badass this is.
Yeah, it's going to be.
Anything can happen. Ladders were nuts.
Well, yeah, exactly. Well, you bring up a great point. I was there at WrestleJam 9. I was in that seat, in that building when Dave Cole was tossed off the ladder through multiple tables, and his years were clearly shaved off.
Thank God he hit the tables. When you watch it now, thank God he hit the table.
I know. I bet he never thought he'd think that. Yes, thank God the table is there to break everything. including his face. It's horrible.
Leg.
They're going to do it again. I don't even know what to think. In addition to that going on, there's going to be a huge 8-man tournament to crown the very first ever WrestleJam
awesome.
champion. Huge.
We got to get Banks on the phone. I got to talk to him about
I totally
this.
agree. We are going to have Banks on the phone, but let's check this out, Will. We got Biff Busick, JT Dunn, Gran Akuma, Hollow Wicked returning to WrestleJam, Antonio the Promise Thomas, Bandito Jr. and
Bandito's coming back?
Bandito
Wow.
coming back to Connecticut. Big deal.
I would
2
love
more
to
guys.
toast the man, but I'm empty.
So yeah, huge deal. Please, for more information, go to facebook.com/WrestleJam and the number 1. WrestleJam 1, folks. Big deal. And now we're I got to be honest, we are creeping into December.
Winter is coming.
It's true.
Fuck off.
Winter is coming. It's the Nutcracker Brawl 2 presented by NEFW. A lot of buzz about this show. We're less than a month away from it, and let me tell you, the anticipation is building. War Games, Steel Cage, 4-on-4, Team NEFW versus Defiant Inc. It's a big deal. I can't wait. I apologize, Will. Let me just figure out what's going on. Go ahead.
Everything's fine.
All right. Turn yourself up here.
I got
But yeah,
you.
big day. Big doings in returning now to Chicopee, Massachusetts. It's the Purists taking on AJ Cruz and Lucas Sharp. More matches to be announced. You do not want to miss this. The Nutcracker Brawl 2 is quickly becoming one of the most anticipated events of this last end of the year. So gotta check it out. Gotta check out NEFW Nutcracker Brawl 2. And we're going to talk to JT Dunn in a little bit about who he thinks he's going to take on at that event. I'm looking forward to talking to their U.S. champion, and I'm looking forward to talking to Mikey. There's so much.
We got a lot to do, and I have a little setup to do before we do it.
All right, well, I apologize.
And I need a drink.
All right, Will.
Wow. We don't normally go a half an hour out of the click.
Yeah, we do. That's actually exactly what we do normally. That's normally the only thing we do. We always go 1 half hour out of the click, as you say. The drinks are flowing. Will's going to refuel. He's going to reload. He's going to retool. We're going to take a pause for the cause. Enjoy the music of Wrestlefudge, our good friends.
We're going only
We're going to try.
original content tonight.
We're gonna try that, but it's going to be basically this song on a loop. So if you don't like porn music,
Sorry, but we're doing a test
yeah,
for the emergency broadcast.
yeah, basically what we're trying to do is we're just trying to get into a position where YouTube will allow us to stream for free.
We're almost there.
YouTube's a great platform. With your support, your likes, your subscriptions, we get that much closer.
Can people please share this?
Please.
We need to get to 1,000 likes tomorrow.
Wow. Jesus. Ambition. That's what I love about this fucking guy. All right, guys, here's what we're doing. We're going to take a brief, momentary, quick break. When we return, I'm going to get down to this music. When we return, we may have another YouTube match loaded up. Who the hell knows? And then at the 8 o'clock hour, we will speak to none other than the Juice himself, JT Dunn. Do not go anywhere. We'll be back.
Fuck off!
Bear with me, people. I think I lost my co-host. I think he's in the restroom or something. Everything's fine. We'll be right back. Stay with me. Everything's fine.
Warning! The entertainment program you are about to experience is intended for mature audiences only. By voluntarily viewing any portion of this program, you forfeit your right to complain about any of the content therein. Our goal is to bring the independent wrestling fan our voices and views on the action going on in their own backyard, and to try to have fun along the way. Please don't be complete tools about it.
Wow. Will, welcome back, buddy. All right?
Great timing.
Oh, man. We couldn't have done it any better unless we had planned it, Will.
Just needed the cocktail, that's all.
Hey, everything's fine. We are back on Wrestlefudge TV Live. Thank you for joining us. We've got 15 minutes till we talk to JT Dunn, Will. We happen to find a match that would be perfect segue, perfect introduction. If somehow there's some fan that's living under a rock, we're going to do a little bit of a YouTube feature, the premium feature, match of the week type of thing, Will. It's very exciting whenever we have these opportunities to do this. So we are going to check out NEFW, JT Dunn taking on Chuck Taylor from several months ago. We'll go right to the video, Will. JT Dunn supplying this on his YouTube page. Enjoy this match, then we will speak to the man himself in just a little bit.
Is scheduled for one fall with a 30-minute time limit, and it is for the United States Championship.
Not sure who that character is and walking around the ghillie suit.
What's JT got in his hair there? What's going on back there? We gotta ask him. Are those like feather clips?
No, that's his hair.
He
dyes it. It's dyed. Yeah.
Huh?
Yep. Kids today.
Wow.
Yep. Paul here along with Will Senna. Will, hit that, yep. JT Dunn, Chuck Taylor. This, I believe, is a first-time ever match as they lock up.
Chuck Taylor calling for an early DQ. I think that was a little absurd.
Well, that's Chuck Taylor for you, Will. Of course, JT Dunn, he's got everything going for him. He's a mix of all styles. And again,
acrobatic, high-flying, powerful.
He's coming up in 10 minutes on our phone right now, taking early control of the Kentucky Gentleman, Chuck Taylor.
When do we get the Kentucky Gentleman on the phone? I mean, do we have to get on Kentucky time to talk to him?
I'm not sure.
How do I do that?
Is there a time zone change? Is there a difference, Will?
Isn't Kentucky have its own time zone?
Kentucky may have it. I don't know. Honestly, I know less about Kentucky than I do.
What is that giant ghillie suit wearing thing?
I'm not sure. But I believe this is a.
Did that come with Chuck or did that come with JT?
It's a good question.
Okay.
These are questions we need to.
I don't believe JT would bring that down to the ring with him. I believe he's probably got a lady with him normally.
Typically, yeah, I would say that's true. But yeah,
in fact, I have proof somewhere.
Wow. JT Dunn, the Kentucky Gentleman, Chuck Taylor here. A little bit of mind games. Each guy trying to kind of got something to prove to the other and to these fans here at NEFW. I say here like we're there. We're not really there. We're in Studio 68.
Shot to the back by Chuck Taylor. I mean, this guy's a veteran. Look at that move.
Was that a callback to Chip Stetson's Pile of the Week?
I don't know. Was it?
Shot to the backside?
Oh, no, I wasn't thinking that at all. I mean, this is real wrestling here, right? I mean, this is the real deal
competition,
here.
Young competitors. Check out side headlock applied by JT Dunn. But Chuck Taylor, again, no slouch himself.
Chuck was going high there. That was the wrong call.
Yep. Yeah, no, I'm finding myself watching the delay feed. I got to remember which feed to watch here. Listen, I'm not used to calling this.
You get overwhelmed.
Post-production.
Sensory overload.
It is a little bit of sensory overload.
I look at the creation over here, the live feed. That's what we don't focus.
I know.
Focus.
I apologize. It's so far away. I can't even. Walk me through it, Will.
What? You can see the ghillie suit. What is that thing? It just touched. Who's the referee here?
Will, why are you asking me these questions?
I need to know.
Will, I'm 50 feet away from the monitor. I have no idea. Wow, stiff.
Chop to the throat by the gentleman. That was not a move I would expect from a Kentucky Gentleman.
Agreed. I have to agree with you. But again, I think you're going to see in this instance, JT Dunn does not know the word quit. Fired into the turnbuckle, overhead. Wow, deep arm drag.
Wow. I'm starting to like Chuck Taylor. He's got a lot of oomph.
He does. He's got a joie de vivre.
Whoa, what does that mean?
It's French for oomph.
Oh, okay. Wow. Who knew?
Yep.
Wow, big time lock there by Dunn.
Big time
The
lock.
Kentucky Gentleman in trouble. No. Getting to his feet.
Oh, my.
Big reversal. He grabbed that red thing. See, it's a target. We got to talk to JT about that.
What do you mean it's red thing?
It says grab me.
Right. It's kind of like how most cars that are pulled over by police are bright red.
Rest. Candy apple.
Right. That's a science fact, Will.
You're welcome. Wow, that was a quick 2 count. Yeah. Chuck wisely going to the edge. Now, who's this other hoodlum with the mask?
Fenris Fortune.
That's ridiculous. What is he even doing there?
He is, of course, the manager.
Whoa! JT Dunn just took out the Swamp Thing.
Well, I'll tell you, he is, of course, the manager of Lineage, one of the members of the Lineage group, of which JT Dunn is a member. Fenris Fortune, I'd love to ask JT Dunn what he thinks.
To cut you off here, but Chuck Taylor just had a brilliant move.
You do it all the time.
He had a brilliant move. You talked all over it. Chuck Taylor had JT Dunn on the ropes. Whoa! Quick 2 count. That was a much. I don't even know what's going on. This referee, he obviously has no idea what he's doing.
Well, let me ask you a question. You're always very critical.
It was a much faster count when Chuck Taylor was under the pin.
You're always very, very critical of officiating at just about every show I've ever attended with you.
Only when the idiots are calling it.
Well, that's what I'm saying. Like, have you ever?
He's clearly an idiot.
Have you ever said to yourself, maybe today's the day?
No, there's good referees out there. Dan Roberts. I'll name one right now. Also, the guy from Copies, making copies. Rob Snyder. Come on, Rob Snyder.
I believe you're talking about Slammin' Dan.
Dan.
Yeah,
exactly.
It must be something in the name makes a great referee. That's the only thing I can figure out. But of course, here we see Chuck Taylor, John with the fans here. Never wise to turn your back on JT Dunn. Of course, giving Dunn the opportunity.
You can't say that. The man was laying face down behind him. This is a perfect time to gloat.
Well, I sometimes I have no words. I have no words for your nonsense.
Chuck doing it right, cutting off the airway to Dunn here.
Yep.
I mean, come on.
Yep. I do not trust.
I like Chuck Taylor by the minute, more and more and more. When are we going to see this guy live?
Listen, what's wrong with... We got JT Dunn. What are you talking about?
I'm sorry.
What does that even mean?
Well, I mean, I'm just saying, Chuck Taylor seems really interesting. Look at him.
What are you talking about? You're insulting our guest literally 5 minutes. In 5 minutes.
Maybe.
Oh, you don't think
Maybe.
JT's going to call in? That's the thing.
I mean, I don't know. You never know.
He has come pretty close.
I mean,
a couple times.
To be honest, I mean,
One
to be
time
fair, we canceled that on him once.
Right, because we had some major issues. That was the day that
we were banned.
Yes.
Somebody turned us in for nothing.
Yeah, it was kind of crazy.
Chuck Taylor, though, let's get back to the action here. You're really doing a discredit. Chuck
are you
Taylor is
talking
in
about?
control of this match.
I'm great.
And you're talking about anything but what Chuck Taylor is talking about or doing. Oh.
Okay.
That was a vicious shot.
Well, and that's the thing. You knew this was going to be a high-octane match, and here comes JT Dunn right now, firing on all cylinders.
Of course, he went low first.
Whoa! Big belly-to-belly overhead.
Wow, Chuck Taylor having none of it.
Chuck nearly launching JT Dunn out of the ring.
That's power.
Yeah.
Oh. Unless you're Chuck Taylor.
Jesus Christ. Should I leave you two alone?
Well, I'm just saying, I'm really impressed. This is the first time I think I've really seen him. I don't know that we've watched him before in any of our meetings or anything.
No.
I'm being introduced live because you loaded this in between breaks.
JT Dunn, of course, trained by Dave Cole. I look forward to hearing from JT Dunn his thoughts on his mentor, Dave Cole, and his big unsanctioned match coming up at WrestleJam 11 in just a few short weeks, Will. I'm sure he has a unique perspective on that, if I may.
I think you just did. I don't think we have a choice.
Okay. All right, relax.
Everything's fine. I'm enjoying this match. Chuck Taylor clearly in control here.
He's toying with JT Dunn.
Our future guest here on his hands. What?
Yeah. This is what I was talking about. The fight. There's no quit in this kid.
This is ridiculous. The ref, those are closed-fisted.
Yeah, but look at.
Oh!
Wow, big elbow.
Oh, Chuck.
The educated feet.
No.
Enziguri to the back of the head.
That was an illegal kick to the
What
back
are
of
you
the head.
talking about? Will.
And that was another quick 2 count.
See, Will, I'm gonna put you in a zebra suit, and I want to see you do the job.
Oh, you don't want to see that. Nobody wants to see me in that. I don't think I've tucked my shirt in since 1985. Come on.
That might be true. Man, look at that. Unbelievable. These fans are you can clearly see fans on their feet.
I'm surprised they're standing up near that swamp, whatever that thing is.
Yeah, I got to believe he's going to play some kind of role in the outcome of this match.
I got to believe he stinks under there. That thing looks hot.
Oh, man. Oh. Whoa. Acrobatic, athletic.
Wow,
oh,
big
my
counter
Lord.
by Chuck. Oh! Chuck Taylor taking him to school.
That could be it.
Is that the hit that caused the concussion?
This is this match is weeks and months old.
He took that kick and then he went and got in another match that gave him a concussion. I want to talk to this kid.
Yeah, I know. He's out of his mind. I know. We're going to talk to JT Dunn hopefully in just a few more minutes. Stay with us. Do not go away as Chuck Taylor is
not
angry.
Having it.
Not having it. No. Will's it's Man Crush Friday here on Wrestlefudge TV Live. Will's Man Crush. Chuck Taylor.
I'm sorry. What, is Steve Nash here for you?
Steve Nash? Who the fuck is Steve Nash?
Kevin Nash, excuse me.
I know.
I went with basketball. I did.
What that was.
I did. I apologize. That was the
Bring it down.
We're drinking a little while.
Yeah, it's true. Here, of course, we see JT Dunn. Oh, man, I see what's going to happen.
What?
Chuck using the Swamp Monster to stand. Oh, wow, Chuck out.
Oh.
Wow. How's your father? Oh, man. Drills his head into the canvas.
DDT or something. What is that?
Oh, my God. Oh, God. 1, 2. It's up. What?
Wow. That was an extremely slow count.
Will, your sense of timing is horrible. It's embarrassing on all levels.
Count with me. 1, 2, 3.
Right, that's how I do it. Go ahead, do it again.
1, 2, 3. Yeah, you're slow with the button over there. You got nothing.
There we go.
Uh-oh. Chuck Taylor. Oh, no. Who did that? Federer interfered with the match.
He would never do that, I'm sure.
Federer pulled the rope out from Chuck Taylor.
What is this?
Oh, my Lord. Oh,
boy.
that shattered a rib.
Could have been.
At least. He's out. Frankly, he's lucky he didn't step on his
Step on
groin.
it. Yeah, his
that was an
yards.
extremely long 3 count.
What?
Because he didn't get the 3.
So you're saying that should have been 3? Or?
Easily. I counted to 4.
Right. Well, maybe you have a different. Well, you know what? Really, ultimately, it comes down to consistency. As long as he's calling the same cadence.
Okay, all right. Chuck, please take it back to the top here. Thank you. This is where it's over.
Wow.
Right here.
Chuck Taylor feeling confident. Here
Chuck
we
Taylor.
go. Moonsault.
No.
Standing.
Whoa.
Wow, look at this. Counter.
Wow.
Jawbuster. JT Dunn fires back. Big elbow.
No.
3.
What?
That's
he was
it.
propelled off the ropes with that forearm.
Energy, enthusiasm.
Fenris right up there gloating.
Fenris Fortune, of course, is going to, listen, if he can take any credit, he's taking it. Man, what a
I don't
match.
trust anybody that wears a mask except for my masseuse.
Well, what the fuck does that mean exactly? Well, I'd love to know.
Fenris up on the ring gloating. It's a ridiculous thing.
Oh, my Lord. Will Senna, it's Paul and Will. I want to talk to JT Dunn. I'm excited. I can't wait.
For those of you that want to talk to us, this is how you get a hold of us. If you really want to get detailed, here's how you really find Paul.
Why are they looking for me? See, you're putting these thoughts in their head that they have to be looking for me. I don't want them to find me.
I want to fly under the radar. I'm just
Oh boy.
engineering.
Engineer?
Yeah.
Now you're marginalizing your part of this. That's ridiculous.
Okay.
Right.
I just don't want my Twitter account to blow up. I can't handle that. My phone goes off enough, as you can hear.
I know. And
This
guys,
entire-
please do not tag him in any Facebook posts.
Thank you.
Please. That's
Will
all he
Senna.
has.
You can tag Will Senna. Just-
Okay. The real Will Senna.
Right.
Accept no imitations.
I am the real Will Senna.
Oh my Lord. But yeah, big show tonight, Will. In addition to talking with JT Dunn in just a few moments, we are going to speak with at 8:30 none other than the new general manager of NEFW. NEFW Revolution. We're going to have Mikey Chase on the phone.
Wow.
Big interview. Then a little bit later on, we are going to have Pierre Vachon. Big deal. Hold on one second. I'm talking to my boy JT Dunn right now, just giving him info.
Lot going on. Vachon there, a vicious man, those chains, the mask.
Yeah, we have a
Just
lot
the
to
way
talk
he
to him
comes
about.
down to the ring. I miss the man. I miss him.
You miss him. Well, you maybe you'll be able to give him
Very entertaining.
a
I just
virtual-
like to watch you interact.
Oh, my
Even on the
God.
phone with him. It's one of those things I live for.
I'm glad you're excited. I get nervous. But again, I've been assured by
No vomiting.
I've been assured by our segment producer that we're going to see a different side of Pierre Vachon tonight when we talk to him at the top of the 9 o'clock hour.
Really? What kind of side?
Tune in. Stay tuned, Will. What do you want me to tell you?
I want you to tell me what side. Clearly.
I want you to wait. You got to wait for it. I wasn't even told what side, and I was told I need to wait for it, so you got to wait for it. It's a big deal. It's a big show. A lot of moving pieces, a lot of moving parts. Parts and parcels.
turtles.
And I do like turtles.
Fuck off!
Oh, son of a bitch. Yeah, son of a bitch. Yeah, can't wait. What happened to that clip?
We got to get that one.
Can't wait. Who was that?
I think I got it.
Do you?
Give me a second.
What was the name? What was that guy's name?
Bart Scott, New York
Oh.
Jets.
Good old Bart. I hope he's doing okay, because I can't wait to talk to JT Dunn. I can't. I have already. I'll continue to, but I can't wait. Can't wait. In studio,
Don't got it anymore.
the Studio 68 dogs. You can't see them, but they are snoring off camera.
I was going to say, is that what that sound was coming up down the mic?
Yes. But the sound you hear now is going to be the adventurous, the lively JT Dunn calling in. Let's hear from him right now. Ladies and gentlemen, join us, Will, in welcoming to the show for the very first time none other than the Juice himself, JT Dunn. Welcome to the show, sir.
Thank you for having me.
Big deal.
About damn time.
Welcome, brother. Welcome.
It is about damn time. Welcome to the program, JT. We just warmed up our viewers who are watching us live right now on Wrestlefudge.com. We just enjoyed the JT Dunn Chuck Taylor match from NEFW a couple months ago. Take us back before we talk about your training with Dave Cole. Before we talk about how you got to the man you are today, take us first back to that match that we just watched, and tell us what it was like to stand across the ring from Chuck Taylor in that match.
It was amazing. Anybody who is a big independent wrestling fan knows Chuck Taylor and knows of him and what he's been capable of doing in the ring. And I was really excited to get in there and show that not only can I hang with him, but I can beat him. And what a better place to do so than at NESW. And I put my title on the line. I was very, very confident. So, like, professionally, it was really important for me to have that win at NESW. And personally, it was a big moment for me because it really solidified that I was finally here in independence, and I was able to share a ring with a guy like Chuck Taylor, and nobody second-guessed it. So on both levels, it felt fantastic.
Well, you're a guy, if I can say it, that is quickly earning a reputation of stealing the show. Not so much stealing the show, but putting in match of the night performances, show after show after show. Whether you know it or not, you are becoming that guy. But before we can really even talk about that, I want to know what started this fire within you. You know, watching your promos, watching your matches, you can see that you've got a different kind of energy, a different intensity level. Where did it start for you?
I can't really say that it started at a certain moment. It's always been inside of me, and it really wasn't until I felt comfortable with who I am as a person and let that transfer into professional wrestling. I've always had this urge, like, I never just want to do something. Like, I want to be the best at something. When I played football, I wanted to be the best football player that I could be. And then when I started wrestling, I knew it was going to take me a very long time to be a successful professional wrestler. And now I was getting all these opportunities, and I was kind of put in a pressure situation where if I don't deliver, all the hype is now gone. Like, it's not worth it. Everybody talked and wasted their breath on me, and I just blew it. And I didn't want to be that guy. I never wanted to disappoint anybody. So I poured everything I possibly could into being the type of person that I am. And the whole professional wrestling savior thing, a lot of guys, at first they knocked it, and they were just like, oh, what the hell is this kid going to do? This fucking, I'm sorry. Can you cuss on here?
Oh, we actually encourage it. Please.
Oh, all right. I probably should have asked that first because I cuss a lot. Just force a habit. But all these guys are like, oh, what is this young kid going to do? Like, well, who does he think he is, overstepping his boundary, saying he's the one who's going to save professional wrestling? And the reason why I opened my mouth is because I sat idly by for a couple of years and just watched guys who were supposed to be role models, who were supposed to do what I'm doing now, and instead they were very selfish. All they cared about was themselves. And in doing so, it hurt wrestling. It hurt New England. And this is where I'm from. Like, I proudly represent being a young and professional wrestler.
Right.
I'm a homegrown talent here. Like, nothing will ever change that. No contract will change that. No big match will change that. Like, not a damn thing. And I'm very proud of where I come from. And I want to represent New England the best of my ability. And I've seen all these other guys come before me, and they're just tarnishing what I'm busting my ass for and what other guys are busting their ass for. And I was so sick of sitting back and just watching it happen. So one day, I just grabbed the microphone and I just let it out. And that was probably the best moment of my life in wrestling, because at that moment, people took me seriously. I was having these good matches. I was on all these good shows. I was getting good opportunities, but they weren't just handed to me. Nothing has ever been handed to me. I've just busted my ass and earned everything. I had a very bad reputation when I first started, and now it's to the point where people respect me more than they respect guys who came before me and were supposed to be in my position. And they wasted their opportunity. They had the chance to be this guy and to be the trendsetter that I'm trying to be now, and they just wasted it. So with them wasting all that, I just stepped up to the plate, and I'm trying to hit a home run every fucking time I swing.
Which is not always easy. However, your roots go back to training with Dave Cole. Dave Cole, of course, he's a New England guy. much like yourself, an interesting guy, a different kind of wrestler. What was it like training under Dave Cole?
Oh, Dave's the best. I can't say enough good things about Dave. And when I first started training, excuse me, I trained with Brickhouse Baker, who was like a local New England legend in my eyes. He helped train so many people in New England, or had his hands in molding people. And once I felt actually, it was more of once he felt he had taught me everything that he possibly could. I wanted to get to that next level. When I first started watching independent wrestling, because I didn't know it existed until I started training.
Right.
So I was very late. I was very, very late to the scene. And Dave Cole was tearing it up with hybrid wrestling and wrestling all the guys who are huge deals now. And there was always something about him. He's always been different, but not a bad difference. Different can either benefit you or it can be a negative in your life. And Dave has taken that difference and made it the most beneficial thing to his wrestling career. He knows he's not like regular people. He knows that, he sees life a different way. And I wanted to, learn that. I wanted to experience it firsthand. And Dave had absolutely no problem teaching me. A lot of people gave up on me at that point. They were just oh, he's going to amount to nothing. This kid is not worth the time. And Dave just took a risk. And that's literally what it was. It was a risk. And for a long time, it didn't pay off. And, I just couldn't find myself. I didn't know what my purpose was. I knew where I wanted to go, but I had no clue how to get there. And Dave wasn't going to hand it to me. He made me work twice as hard to get these opportunities. And then training with him was amazing. His insight on wrestling it's so hard to come by in other people. You would think that he'd been wrestling for 40 years. He's been around for quite some time, but not that long. And he's met so many people and done so many influential things here in New England that it was stupid of me. It would have been stupid of me not to train with him. And granted, he doesn't really open up to a lot of people and give them all his knowledge. And I feel blessed that Dave came into my life at the point that he did and was just very willing and very open to show me in-ring stuff, personal stuff. Because he also helped me grow outside of wrestling on a personal level. I had a lot of demons I was battling, and Dave really helped me get over that. I honestly can't thank him enough.
Now, that's a good segue, JT, because we're going to now put you on the spot. You've said all those kind things about Dave Cole, but on November 23rd, he's going against Nocturne. And an unsanctioned, and I'm sure you know about the first ladder match between the two. Loser leaves Connecticut.
Oh, yeah.
He was in the building.
Now, I understand that. Please, I'm painting a picture for the audience, Paul.
I apologize.
So, you saw the ladder match. You saw the chaos that ensued. You saw the bruises, the photos, all the Facebook posts, the tweets from Nocturne. These guys, they basically waged war on each other. Now it's going to happen again, November 23rd, Wrestle Jam 11, I believe it is. Give us a prediction. We're going to put you on the spot. Wow. What's the prediction?
Dave Cole.
Wow. He didn't even hesitate. Wow. Didn't even hesitate. You didn't even give Paul the opportunity to put the Jeopardy music up.
Yeah.
Wow.
Let me. I'll explain.
Please.
Dave is from Connecticut.
Right.
His home is Connecticut. My home is Rhode Island, but I represent New England. Dave is so drawn to Connecticut. He will give his life and body to Connecticut wrestling, and that was taken away from him for over a year. He was not allowed to step foot in a professional wrestling ring in the state of Connecticut. He lives there, and I don't think a lot of people truly fathom how difficult that was. It was so difficult that Dave left the United States of America.
Right.
Left America. And people, they overlook that. They think that because he was gone from Connecticut for so long, that maybe he doesn't care. Maybe he doesn't want to fight for Connecticut anymore. Maybe he became used to not wrestling there. I talk to Dave on a daily basis, and that is one of the topics that comes up so often. And it's almost scary because Dave is a very quiet, very just I don't know, you can't really describe Dave.
Right.
He can't describe himself. But he's always very quiet. And this is the one subject he's so vocal about. And I'm worried for not only his safety, but Nocturne's, because I don't think Dave is going to have a limit at Wrestle Jam 11. I think he's going to push it past where they did in that ladder match. And that's scary, because Dave almost lost his life getting thrown off that ladder.
Yeah, at least his leg. At least the leg.
Right.
like landing on that contraption that was 15 feet below him, and like he was willing to pick it back up and
let's
fight
look back
for
at that,
it.
because didn't he's the one that set the tables up like that.
Now, JT, weren't
I don't know
you?
what he had in plan, but
I'm sure it backfired.
work out.
JT, I'm pretty sure. Were you there at ringside for that match?
I was. I was on the show, and I kind of just sat back and I was watching Dave prepare, and then he went out there. And
Very emotional. Very emotional.
very, 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 very emotional. And I was kind of like hiding in the crowd trying to watch. And again, it's one of the things where it's like you can't put down Nocturne because he's done so much and he's so good. But like I was rooting for Dave, and I was trying to think like, what can I do to help? And I just felt like if I gave him positive vibes, and like I was like supporting him, he would feel that. He would feel the energy, and he'd be able to go through. And once I saw him fall off the ladder and hit all those chairs and tables below, I felt like a part of me just died. I felt like hope was ripped out of my body.
Did you actually expect him to even get up from that? I mean, he got up relatively quickly.
I was there within 0.3 seconds.
Yeah.
As soon as I saw him hit, I was there, and I was trying to help him out. But to see him in that much pain, like I wouldn't wish that on anybody. And these guys at one point were best friends. Like
Right.
And now
It's
they're
sad. It's pretty sad.
It is.
Yeah.
It's really sad. And now it's like what else can they do to each other at WrestleChamp? Like what is left? Like it's like your career is on the line, and like before it was just like you would leave Connecticut.
Right.
Now with the opportunity to never have to wrestle again,
Right.
like that's your punishment. Like what are you going to do to another person to make sure that your livelihood is sustained? And they've already done that. And,
Right.
like, I'm boggled. Like I'm scared.
Yeah,
Like,
how-
and I have so much to prepare. I have like a lot of things to prepare for myself at WrestleJam.
Yeah, you
and
do.
then I put that on top of it. So it's just I don't know. I'm fucked. Like
Let's talk about that. Let's talk about your opponent.
Well, before we get to that, I want to go back to WrestleJam 9. That same night, earlier in the night, you participated in, I believe, a four-way match, which I believe, was that your WrestleJam debut?
It was.
Now, in that match, I'll be honest with you, very distracting opening when Slick Wagner Brown came through the curtain. I don't know if you saw it. I think you were already out, and he dumped his water.
Yeah, I saw it.
He dumped his water bottle on the laptop, and
We never let him live it down.
oh my god! Every time we have him on the show, we're like,
Even on the phone, we're worried.
yeah, even on the phone, we have to we put protective material over our equipment to make sure that nothing can happen. What was going through your head when that happened? The water bottle incident.
It was the first thing that went through my head is he just did that to a guy who's not in the match. Like he just fucked that guy up for messing up music.
Yeah.
What is he going to do to me?
Great point.
He
Great
is
point.
gangster. I mean, there's nothing more gangster than saying, you fucked my music up, I'm going to
Yeah.
fuck your sound system up.
Yeah.
If you watch the match back too, him and I, like, luckily for him, we didn't have that much interaction. There was
Right.
just like I think one part where I came in and kind of clubbed him in the back of the head, and that was really it. And like I don't know, like we've actually never been in the ring since then, and I don't know. I would really like that to happen.
That was going to be my question. Is he, basically in the last 6 months, it's been a who's who of who you've stood across the ring from. You've wrestled, between Eddie Edwards, Johnny Gargano, Chuck Taylor, the match we just viewed, just recently Bobby Ocean, Furio Falcone. You've been in the ring. It's been a who's who of independent wrestling. Who else is on the list of guys in New England that you're desperate to face?
That I haven't already?
Yeah, sure.
Definitely Slick Wagner Brown, no doubt about that. He was another one of the guys when I was coming in I heard so much about, and he was definitely somebody where I didn't want to get in the ring with him until I felt like I was ready and I could give him a fight like he would give me. And I feel like I've surpassed that point, and I can really get in there and we could tear it up.
Do you remember the power bomb that he gave to Frankie Arion? You really want?
Absolutely.
Off the side of the ring, not the ring. Off
apron,
the
right out of the
apron.
apron. Oof.
Yeah, but there's there's a big difference between Frankie Arian and I. And
I agree. You know what? Touche. I'll agree with that.
All right. Well, let's talk about WrestleJam this year. Just a couple weeks away. You are one of the 8 men involved in that big tournament to crown the very first ever WrestleJam heavyweight champion. And really, man, no event really sums up New England wrestling quite like the tradition of WrestleJam. How's it going to feel, do you think, to be a part of that in such an illustrious list of guys?
No, absolutely. I feel honored because this will be my 3rd WrestleJam. And the first one I did before, we mentioned earlier, and the last WrestleJam, at WrestleJam 10,
yeah,
I main evented.
Right.
It was amazing.
Wicked.
Wicked.
Yeah.
And granted, I didn't win, but I felt like I delivered an outstanding performance, and I almost had Hollow Wicked. And now we're in the tournament together.
Yeah.
And this is one of my 3rd WrestleJam, and I'm in the tournament to be the heavyweight champion. Like I can't even explain how motivated I am, because if within my 3rd appearance at WrestleJam, I can be the first ever heavyweight champion and eliminate 8 other guys who were, if you look at the list, anybody would be a fantastic heavyweight champion and represent WrestleJam. But I want it to be me more than anything else, and I think that I have the ability to do so. I'm pretty sure I've been in the ring with everybody on that list at some point in time.
Right.
Now, JT, I don't know if it makes you feel good, but there's guys that have left this show either via studio or phone who have recently won titles.
Yeah, Bobby Ocean, you were there.
We have a streak going, so I don't know if that makes you feel good, but the WrestleFudge streak is alive, and I think you're gonna carry it on. On November 23rd.
If only you had appeared on our show last week before you earned that shot at NEFW's most recent event in Waterbury, Connecticut. Bring us back to that night. You wrestled twice on that card last weekend. First taking on Mr. Touchdown, defeating him, knocking him out clean, as I understand it.
Gold.
And then
I knocked that punk bitch out.
Oh! And then advancing, of course, to the main event, the crowning of the very first NEFW Revolution heavyweight champion. Man, I've seen some clips of that match, and now I'm hearing that, now you're suffering a concussion. There's even rumors and whispers that you don't even remember being in that match. Tell us how you feeling today. What's going on?
All right. I'll paint this picture for you then, because I figured there was speculations going around, and in wrestling, that's what happens. I assume different stories are going to be told. But for WrestleFudge, I'll give you guys the truth.
Wow.
The God's honest truth of what happened that night. It's no lie that Mark Angelo Setti and I, we don't like each other whatsoever. And we were both in the Young Lions Cup Championship tournament back in 2012.
Yep.
And I was eliminated in the first round. And I couldn't have lost to a better guy than ACH, who has now gone on to be one of the top wrestlers in the United States.
Absolutely.
And Mr. Touchdown won the whole thing. Was I pissed off? Fuck yeah, I was, because I felt like I deserved to win that tournament at that point. And Mr. Touchdown did it, and I felt that winning the Young Lions Cup was going to help propel me to maybe speed up the process of my saving professional wrestling. And I felt like that would be a good addition to my resume, and people would take me seriously, or more seriously, a little bit faster. And when Touchdown won the Young Lions Cup, he hasn't done a goddamn thing for wrestling. He's done everything for himself. And that's I don't like people like that. And when he started running his mouth, and then I found out it was booked at NEFW that him and I would square off, I thought he was a pussy for not bringing the Young Lions Cup championship, putting it on the line. Because I was immediately when the bookers and the promoters of NEFW asked if I would be willing to accept that challenge, I said, hell yeah, put the belt on the line. It's all within 1 sentence. And then he showed up and we got in the ring, and there was no Lions Cup championship. I didn't have an opportunity to maybe win it. But I didn't need it. My journey, my story has really told itself without that. And I think losing it was probably better than winning. And then we were in Waterbury for NEFW for last weekend, and at one point, Mark Angelo Setti leaps over me, removes his knee pad, and drops a bare knee into the back of my skull, where your skull meets your your vertebrae and your spinal column, and it knocked me out cold. I just blacked out, and I watched one of the clips back, and like you could see me trying to reach for the rope. I believe on instinct to try to get myself either on the way or to get up, and then I just black out, and then maybe about 3 minutes later I wake up only because a bare elbow catches me between the eyes, and it kind of like sprung me back up. But and to that point, I had no memory of what had happened. And then I continued to wrestle for another 17, 18 minutes, pretty much unconscious.
Wow.
I had no clue what was going on in the ring. I didn't know where I was. Luckily, I got through that safely. I was already fucked up, but nothing worse happened.
Right.
I didn't know, after the match they had announced that I was going on to the main event, I had no clue. So I left the ring, I got my belt, and I went to the back, and I sat down in the corner, and I was kind of just talking to myself, and then Mike Rossa came over, and everybody knows the relationship I have with Mike Rossa, and we were talking, and I told him, I was like, hey, man, like, I think I'm really fucked up. I don't know what happened out there, because, again, I didn't know what happened until I watched it back, and then he was just like, oh, well, man, you have another match. Like, you have a title match in the main event. And I was like, oh, fuck. Like, I completely forgot about that.
Uh-oh.
So I'm standing behind the curtain, and I'm kind of stretching out. I'm dizzy. Like, I can't see straight. At this point, I had lost the ability to see color. I couldn't see anything. And somebody came up to me, and they asked me if I was okay. And I was like, oh, yeah, I'm really dizzy. Like, I can't see anything right now. Like, my vision is very narrow. And then my music hit, and they were like, oh, maybe you should not do the match. And my ego kicked in. Maybe I was stubborn. But I feel as if my name is on the card and on the flyer and I'm announced that I have to wrestle, nothing's going to stop me from going out there and delivering to the fans. And I told them, I was like, nope, I got to go. My music hit. And I had left the backstage area and went to the ring, and I wrestled the entire match again, unconscious. Like I was there, but nobody was home. And then Bobby Ocean came down to him and I because there was elimination with Chris Battle and Furio Falcone. And Bobby Ocean and I were the last two, and he yoked me in the crossface. And about 16 seconds in, I passed out, and I just go out cold. And for about 4.5 minutes, I was face down in the ring while Ocean and Defiant were celebrating, and Mike Rossa had ran into the ring to check on me.
Isn't that really a blessing that you don't have to remember any of that celebrating, though? I mean, when you look at it, let's find it. Lemon out of lemonade, right?
Yeah, that part's good. But like when I was sent the links and I was able to watch the match back, like I was very hesitant. I had them for a full day, and I didn't watch them. And usually I'm the first, like I'm like, oh, I need my match. I got to watch my match.
Right.
I want to do what I did wrong. But I was so scared. Like I'm not even gonna lie. I didn't want to watch myself get knocked out. I didn't want to watch myself pass out in a ring. But then I watched it back. It was just devastating to see that stuff happen.
What does that do? What does that do? What does that do for you now? Man, what goes through your head now for your next match? I mean, does that slow you down at all? Does it inspire you?
A little bit of both. I'm very hesitant. My next match is tomorrow, and I have a ladder match, and I'm very nervous. I wouldn't put up a front, but I'm very nervous about what could possibly happen in that match. And I'm the heavyweight champion for the RWA, and my belt's on the line. So it's like if I don't show up at 100%, there's 3 other guys at 4-way that are looking to take my title.
Right.
I don't want that to happen. It wasn't until yesterday. It was the first day I went back in the gym, Saturday, and I felt pretty good. I was there today, and I felt pretty good. I still get a little dizzy and still a little lightheaded, but I'm not going to stop fighting. Again, the people are paying their hard-earned money to come see me professionally wrestle. My face on the flyer, my name has been announced. Like I will be there, no matter what show it is, and I'm going to fight. And that's what kicked in at NESW. Like I just fought for my life, literally in that ring.
Autopilot, basically. Instinct, all instinct. Right. Right.
Yeah, that's why I train so hard. Is when those moments happen, and I don't want to get back up. My body is trained. I trained it probably more than I should, and thankfully I do because that's what saved my life for wrestling for 40 minutes unconscious.
Right.
Now, JT, we only have a few minutes left with you, and I want to go fun for a few minutes. There's a picture floating around on Facebook with you with this smoking hot piece of ass with some fangs. I'm gonna throw it out there. The fans are looking at it.
I think it's Shelly. I think it's Shelly Martinez. I think.
Wow. Give us a little insight there. Landing strip. Landing strip.
Jelly?
Low landing strip. Is that blood that's dripping from her chin? Is that yours? Is there some sort of pregame ritual that you guys do? Or what's going on there?
Well, that was actually the first day I met Shelly.
Even better.
Like I had heard of her. Obviously.
Right.
Everything she's accomplished in professional wrestling and modeling and stuff like that. It was very, very professional. She was there to help me retain my championship against Eddie Edwards. And with her there, it definitely helped me because she bit that motherfucker in the neck, and then he turned around, and I knocked him the fuck out.
Wow. And let's be honest. That's a great point. Not only does she help you there, but when you're walking down to the ring, and a woman like that is following you, don't you feel a foot taller?
Even if you lose, you're still a winner.
I felt like I was on top of the world.
That's right.
Wow.
That's right. That's what I'm saying. And even to have that woman, beautiful woman, walk down beside you on the ring, that's got to show you the level of accomplishment you're making, dude. I want to give that out there because that's a cool picture.
Well, I appreciate that. There was a funny story that like I was keeping to myself, but I kind of let it out a little bit. When I was at NESW before the show had started, Shelly had showed up, and I didn't realize she was already there. Well, obviously, with I'm very respectful of wrestling, I would have got up and introduced myself.
Right.
She had come up to my table where I was sitting with Eric Newman, and she came up and shook my hand, and she was like, "Hi, I'm Shelly," and I'm like, no joking aside, I forgot my name. I was just staring at her, and I'm just like, oh, fuck. And then Eric was like, "You're JT." And I'm like, yes.
Thank God for Eric Newton sometimes.
He really is a cool competitor.
Oh, man.
She probably would have thought I was some fucking loser douchebag if I didn't remember my name.
Jesus.
I just kept staring at her. But, like, and another thing, like, Shelly and I just connected, like, instantaneously. But there was something there. We worked very well together. I enjoyed being around her. She has, like, this very big positive vibe about her life, and she brings that personally and professionally. So, like, it was fantastic to work with her. I think the fans there really enjoyed it. I think the fans who weren't there, who got to see the clip that I posted on YouTube or any of the pictures, I think that's something they're very excited to want to go see another time. Hopefully we can arrange something where she can come back and manage me at maybe NESW or anywhere else that I perform at. Because I would highly enjoy that.
Yeah, well, there's something for you to look forward to as well as the fans, right?
I'm looking forward to it already. Thank you.
Now, JT, just again, Will kind of touched on. We have a limited amount of time. We're going to actually talk with Mikey Chase, the new general manager of NEFW Revolution. What's your been your experience with Mikey Chase? I know you made one appearance for CTWE and then really advertised, never pulled from the card. We never really saw you back. What are your thoughts on Mikey Chase?
I think we actually saw him live at a CTWE.
We did.
Hold on, is that the story that's going around? Is that I was just pulled off the show? Nobody.
Well, I don't know. You were advertised at one point, and then suddenly you weren't, and you weren't on the show.
I think we talked it up. I do remember that now.
We talked it up.
All right, so let me. I just did another podcast the other day, and I think it was. I broke the news there. But I made a couple appearances for CTWE. My first one was a 3-way. I came back, and they teamed me up with the Mac, and we did some magic there. And then we were in line for a title shot, and my first international tour to Canada was scheduled for the week after. But somehow it got moved to a week earlier, and I was going to be out of the United States for the CTWE show. So I did the professional thing, and I let the promoter know. I let him know, hey man, like I'm not able to make it. Can we rearrange something where I can come back in and we can do the tag title shot at another point? Let's find something to do. And I was then told, why would you want to go to Canada when you have the potential to be a tag team champion of the best promotion in Connecticut and probably the best promotion in New England? And to me, that was a slap in my face because I literally bled for CCWE the first time I was there.
Yes, you did.
Like, and then now here, like, I want to travel the world. Like, I want to be a professional wrestler who makes an impact everywhere that I possibly can. And, like, Connecticut, like, no offense, it's always going to be there for me. Like, I'm New England, I represent, they're going to want me here. But now I had the chance to go to Canada for a bit and go kick ass up there. And here's this grown man who is telling me that I'm not allowed to go because I'm scheduled to compete for his promotion, but I won't be in the country. Like, I literally try to think of every solution that I possibly can, and he disrespected me, and I was very, very offended by that. And then I remember hearing that with me not being there, they just buried me on commentary, on social media. They just completely just threw me under the bus, and nobody ever knew the truth. The truth is, if I wanted to be there, I wanted to have a tag double shot. I wanted to come back and reschedule the tag double shot and do everything I possibly could, but I wasn't going to miss my first international tour. And, like, there was no missing that. And since then, luckily, all the problems have been resolved. I went back to then compete for CCWE again on behalf of Beyond Wrestling. And, like, everybody there at CCWE has been nothing but respectful with me and vice versa. But it definitely was one of them things where it's very aggravating for a while until we were able to talk it out and get everything over and done with.
And then, obviously, cooler heads are prevailing at this point. I'm hoping still a positive relationship with Mikey Chase. JT, I feel like we ran out of time. I can't believe a half hour just blazed by us.
That was a ridiculous half hour because we still have about 30 questions in our format. You need to come back.
Yeah, like, I don't know if you can see this.
Let's do it.
I have a page and a half of questions for you. JT Dunn.
Really?
It's been a year in the making.
Well, we had questions.
Yep.
And then we postponed them.
Then we added questions.
And then we added questions.
And then we postponed again. So then we added more questions.
And one of those was our fault. So we completely apologize for our technical difficulties for the original trip.
I've been busy. You guys have been trying to get me on, and it sucks that it took so long.
We need to have JT in studio for a drinking night, I think.
Yeah. Next time you are in the upstate New York area, give us a buzz. We'd love to have you in studio if we can make it work, JT.
I appreciate that. Let's reschedule and get me back on here. Do you guys always have multiple guests on every episode?
Would you be okay if you came on the show the same time, let's say Bobby Ocean came on the show?
Oh, when's this?
I don't know. We're trying to set it up right now. Let's get your calendar open. Let me get my phone out.
All right. Well, we're gonna book this later. Now's not the time. JT Dunn.
That's right.
Yeah,
I apologize.
Man.
I was getting excited. That sounds like an incredible night.
No. Go.
Contact me. I have a way to contact you. We'll make this work, and we'll definitely. I want to come back on. I had a lot of fun.
To be in studio,
love it.
Imagine to be in studio for a 3-hour show. I mean, we'll blow your mind here. It'll be crazy.
I would love it. I would absolutely love that. But I want to just real quick. I want to thank you guys. I want to thank everybody who's listening. I want to, most importantly, thank you for all the respect that everybody has shown me. I want to thank everybody who has checked in on me since my injury. That really means a lot to me. I haven't given up. You guys haven't given up on me, and I'm not going to give up on you guys. I'm going to continue to stay professional wrestling, one match at a time. I'm going to do my absolute best and just keep representing New England like nobody else can.
Where do people find you? That's one thing we didn't do.
He's got social media coming out as...
I know, but let's give the people at home where to come.
Everything. You can find me on Facebook. I have facebook.com/GOTCHA_Juicy. Gotcha Juicy. Or you can get me on Twitter at The Juice, TheJuicee, 3 E's at the end because somebody stole my other handle.
Oh, those bastards.
And the person who stole it doesn't even use Twitter anymore. The last I posted was like 2011.
Which drives you even crazier.
I have everything. Instagram, all that stuff. You can just search JT Dunn and you will find me. I'm very interactive on social media. I love talking to my fans. They're not really fans. You guys are friends. Like, I allow you into my personal life, and you allow me in yours, and I think that's what makes our special bond. And I fight for the people, man. It's as simple as that.
Well,
can you say hello to Michelle for me, please? Will Senna says hello. Shelly, thank you. Sorry.
Hello, Kelly, for you guys?
Yeah.
Please.
I will. As soon as I get off this, I will.
Perfect. JT Dunn, thank you so much for calling in, man. We have to do this again. We'll talk to you soon.
I look forward to it. Right. I hope you guys have a great rest of the show.
Let's give it up for one more time for JT Dunn.
Dunn.
Come on. Thanks, JT. Wow,
Thank you.
what a great call. Honestly, worth the wait. Will we've been trying to get this guy on the phone. We've talked about it.
was worth the
for
wait.
the better part of a year.
Worth the wait.
Okay.
We didn't even touch the stories that are there. The tip of the iceberg. We didn't even get.
You
anywhere
literally
near.
put a tip in, and that's it. I feel like that's all that happened. Oh boy.
You son of a
man.
bitch. No, let's be serious now. We had a great interview there.
Yeah.
We have to take a quick break.
Oh, do you? All right. Well, be quick.
What?
Be quick because we're 10 minutes behind schedule. And
Is the phone calling in?
hold on.
Want me to leave you live for a minute? It'll take me 30 seconds.
Go ahead and refill. If Mikey
Do you want
Chase.
the close up or do you want the wide angle?
I really don't care, but let's get to the Mikey cam ready or something. I don't know. We're gonna try and get Mikey Chase on the phone in just a few minutes. I'm really interested now to get his side of the story on that old JT Dunn story, and maybe a little bit more. CTWE info. Not dirt.
You said it.
You just said dirt. Oh boy. JT Dunn, interesting guy, had a lot to say, and I'm glad he said it. Can we say that? Can I say that? I'm saying it. Man, let's real quick. Let's take a moment. Let's recap, if we can, what we've learned. Wrestleart.com closing December 1st, people. You have a limited time to get your hands on a custom one-of-a-kind, literally one-of-a-kind. My man is going to make one of these things for you, or maybe more. If you want multiples, I'm sure he'll do it, but you literally cannot get a collectible like this anywhere else, and it's Wrestleart.com. Be sure to check them out. Like them on Facebook.com/Wrestling Buddies. Also, we ran the gauntlet earlier tonight. 3 big shows tomorrow night. 1 in Boston Spa. It's IYFW. 2 in Connecticut. Windsor, Connecticut with RWE. That's Real Warrior Entertainment to you and me. And then, of course, in Bethany, Connecticut, wrestling returns to Bethany. It's NEW, Northeast Wrestling. It's a big deal. It's very exciting. Big names on this show. And then we jump ahead, November 22nd, World of Hurt, Bret Hart, meet and greet Shane Alden and Vince Beach. Pure Dynamite, most likely in action. Will this be their last match? Bad Brad Wesley has been teasing and talking retirement on and off for too long. It's actually a little bit ridiculous. Just either retire or don't. Okay? I love Bad Brad. But what are we doing? And that's World of Hurt. I'm sure Haas is going to be back in action. Haas, of course, sat out the last show. I'm sure he is chomping at the bit. I'm sure we'll see Chris Envy on the card. Another friend of the Fudge. Hope to see him there. So be sure to check out. We hope to be there. Also broadcasting from the Whitehall Athletic Club at World of Hurt Wrestling. These are exciting times. These are exciting times. We hope to be there broadcasting live, bringing the action to you, the viewer, the fan, who maybe can't make the show. Man, imagine what it would be like if we were able to capture just a few minutes with the hitman Bret Hart himself. That'd be crazy. It's a once-in-a-lifetime meet and greet opportunity in Whitehall, New York. I really cannot fathom another situation where Bret Hart would return to the Whitehall area. I'll be honest with you. I don't see it happening any other time soon. So this could be a once-in-a-lifetime opportunity for us fans in upstate New York to make this trip. Tickets are still available, but as I understand it, they are going incredibly fast. So be sure to go on, I believe it's WOHWrestling.com for ticket information, and find them on YouTube, find them on Facebook. Very active lately. Great promotion to follow. And, of course, we talked about it with JT Dunn, November 23rd, WrestleJam 11. That's going on in East Haven. And thank God it's going on, because Nocturne and Dave Cole have to settle the score. And I have to assume that tomorrow night, on November 23rd in East Haven, Connecticut, that you got to believe Nocturne and Dave Cole, only 2 men enter, 1 man leaves. And, man, this is going to have some long-term ramifications, not just for New England wrestling, but for the guys who know them. This is not something to miss. And you want to be a part of WrestleJam 11 in East Haven, Connecticut. Then you got December 7th, NEFW's Nutcracker Brawl 2 in Chicopee, Massachusetts, people. a War Games style steel cage going on. It's the Purists taking on AJ Cruz and Lucas Sharp. More matches to be announced.
Lucas Sharp, somebody else we need to get in the show.
You know what, Will?
Very soon.
Will, I'm on the case.
Thank you.
Will, I'm
I
loving
didn't know I was coming back down to you sitting to running the gauntlet again.
Well,
That's awesome. Good for you.
I thought, you got a moment. We got a moment to do it, and
is Chuck still here?
When I think about the gauntlet,
Chuck, no one ever says it's time to walk the gauntlet. We don't stroll the gauntlet. We don't hike the gauntlet. We don't jog the gauntlet. We don't merrily skip the gauntlet, nor do we march the gauntlet, and we certainly don't promenade the gauntlet. Do you know why? Because these are all mamby-pamby, wimpy little things to do with a gauntlet. It's time to run the gauntlet, for Pete's sake. Run the Gauntlet, an in-depth, hard-hitting, semi-informed look at the independent wrestling events coming within a 3-hour drive of your town. So hold on to your hats, buckle up, and insert your favorite additional preparedness cliche here. Are you goons ready?
Yeah!
Because we are running the Gauntlet.
I thought Chuck was sleeping back there. I didn't even know he was still alive.
Wakey, my friends.
We gotta get a Chuck cam.
Oh, my
I have all
Lord.
these cameras, and they didn't put a Chuck cam in the budget. Thank you, Chuck.
The entertainment program you are about to experience is intended for mature audiences
Let him go.
only.
Let him go.
By voluntarily
Let him go.
viewing
No,
any
Chuck.
portion of this
It's
program,
okay. Let him
you
go.
forfeit your right to complain about any of the
You
content
forfeited your
therein.
right.
If I knew, I'd put up
Our
the
goal
thing.
is to bring the independent wrestling fan our voices and views on the action going on in their own backyard, and to try to have fun along the way. Please don't be complete tools about it.
I don't think that's a crazy request.
Chuck, relax now back there.
I don't think that's a crazy request. Don't be a complete tool about it.
No.
Oh, boy.
It's reasonable.
I think that, Will, I completely concur. We are live on Wrestlefudge TV.
Coming up,
Pierre Vachon.
Pierre
Gonna be on the phone.
the beast, the man,
the madman.
the myth, legendary.
I'm a big fan. I'm just horribly frightened of this guy. I got to be honest.
I'm not. I love him. And he loves me, I think.
You think so?
I think he's a Will Senna fan. I'm going to say
You
it.
think that's true?
Maybe he'll eat
I am
me.
writing that question.
Maybe he'll
down.
eat me like he's eaten many of his opponents. I have some pictures to show that he likes everything tastes like chicken. I'm a big fan of him.
So you think he's a Will Senna fan?
I'd like to have him in studio. Tell me about this. Tell me
What?
Let's get
Are
the
you
people,
crazy?
Let's get the people at home on
You
this
want to
one.
gauge the...
No,
the-
let's have a contest for Pierre. He says everybody tastes like chicken. He's bitten into many opponents. Let's have some different meats, not human meats, but different meats. And
Okay, go ahead.
And one or two of them will be chicken, and we'll test his knowledge.
Oh, I see. So
claims-
it's gonna be maybe you got
Crocodile,
a
or
chunk,
maybe there's
so you got a crocodile. Maybe you got a haunch.
maybe a frog,
or
maybe
like-
some frog legs, or maybe a chicken wing.
Or like maybe one of Rickety Rocket's limbs.
And then we'll ask him, what part of the chicken is it? We'll have a couple of different parts.
Will, where's all this
Maybe
creativity?
we'll blindfold him.
Where's
Is
all-
it dark meat or white meat?
Where's all this creativity coming from, buddy? Where'd you get all
I'm
this?
overflowing with creativity.
Man, well,
Come on.
Will earlier in the program before the show started drank 20 ounces of sugar-free
No, I
Red Bull.
didn't. No, I didn't. The can is seriously still full. This is
What is that?
This is vodka and cranberry.
There's got to be something. Is there Red Bull in there also?
Maybe a little. Just
wow.
just for carbonation.
Wow. Man. All right. Well, this is what I say we do, Will. We were expecting a phone
Make
call.
another drink?
We were expecting. Yeah, is that one not strong enough? Or we were expecting a phone
that's
call
good.
from Mikey Chase. I reached out to him, told him to give us a buzz, but now we're getting into other territory. Everything's fine. But yeah, big big show. Big program. I'm enjoying it. I'm gonna power through it. I gotta. Man, Will, you all right over there, buddy? No.
I was just thinking about something that happened at a live show one time. That's all.
What happened at the live show? You want to take us back? You want to tell us a story, or what do you got, buddy? What?
Everything's fine.
Take us back.
fine.
No, I'm curious.
No. Let's go on.
I really want to know. You're gonna do that?
To contact us, please.
All right, this is how you can reach us. Reach out and touch us. Grope us even. There you see Paul at Wrestlefudge.com, Will at Wrestlefudge.com. Easy ways to email us. We actually got a couple questions for JT Dunn this way. Anyhow.
Absolutely.
All right, the phone's ringing. I got to believe this is going to be Mikey Chase. Let's see what man's got to say. Mikey Chase, what's going on, sir? Welcome to the show.
Thank you, dude. I am so sorry for calling in so late. I half expected you to call me. That's why I gave you my number too, and I also have been busy.
No, everything's fine. Everything's fine.
Everything's fine.
Everything's fine. Don't worry about it.
I got it.
So, it's been a while, Mikey. It's probably been maybe a year plus since the last time we had you on the show. Tell me a little bit about what you've been up to and what the hell's going on with you. You've been a busy guy lately.
Yeah. Not much has been going on. The reason why I haven't been on the show in recent years is because every time I tried getting on, one person or another had to squash it because there was a lot going on at the time.
True.
So, it's slightly overdue that I'd be on, but there's a lot going on. I don't think I called in too late. I don't think I have enough time to explain everything that's going on, but trust me, you're going to want me on again in the very near future.
Well,
you got time. Take your time.
Well, here's
Take your time.
What I'd like to do, if we can, is maybe go back a little bit and talk about CTWE's, I think you can only classify it as a shocking closing. I mean, I think it shocked you. Shut up! What was going through your head when the decision was made, and how are you feeling about it now that it's been a few months?
I feel good. I got to be honest. First of all, can you guys hear me okay?
Absolutely. You're coming through great.
All right, cool. I don't use this phone often. All right, so first of all, I'm cool. I'm at peace with the closing. I wasn't even really shocked that it was closing when I found out in, shocker, June of this year. I've known it was closing since June.
Oh, okay.
There was a lot of...
Mikey, who told you? If I can, who did you hear it from?
I heard it from Joe. Straight from Joe. We did our Bria Lee show up at the campground.
Yep.
And Joey pulled me, Anthony, Chris, and little Emily battle aside. And, Steve Stamos was there, too. And he kind of just was like, I could see that he was kind of getting choked up before even talking. And I'm like, dude, what's going on? And he looks at all of us. He's like, I called you guys over here to tell you that August is going to be our last show. We're bringing in Kevin Nash. It's going to be awesome. And I'm moving to Florida. And we were just like, I smiled immediately because I totally get it. I've been in situations where I've gone from one place to the next, and it's just I was very proud of him for making such a solid decision at that point in his life.
Yeah, you guys were arguably at the top of the Connecticut wrestling scene in New England. You guys had, in many ways, revitalized the area. I don't want to, I'm not trying to tickle your ass with a feather, Mikey, but let's be serious.
That feather feels good, let me tell you.
You're not kidding.
Thank you.
But I mean, to a degree, there had to be a little bit of a sadness to have that chapter close in your life, and now to find yourself jumping to NEFW, where at one point there was a little bit of bitterness, whether it was perceived or actual, who the hell really knows. But now,
well, I gotta be honest.
Go ahead.
I gotta be honest, and also I need to know. It's been a year since I've been on. Is swearing still okay?
Oh, swearing is encouraged. Please.
Good. That's my favorite line you guys have. That and everything's fine.
Thank you.
I just want to be clear that there is still bad blood there between, CTWE's people and NEFW's people, It was good to see Chris Camaro.
Absolutely.
I gave him a hug, and I, said I was happy to see him, and it's true. Eric Newton and I never really had a problem with each other, but I did have a problem with the way he talked about Joey being my best friend and business partner.
Right.
So what he's doing to Joey affects me as well. You know what I mean? That's how a business is.
Right.
And to the same extent, when Joey showed up with those, with what is that,
green suits, Green Gate, yes.
I was very very pissed off and disappointed in Joey because he did that, and that represents me as well because he represents CTWE. And I was very mad about that. I was like, come on, dude. Like, I'm not trying to have shit in my life, you know?
Right.
And so it is what it is. I mean, people act immature. Joey did. In my opinion, Eric Newton did at one point. I think what he was saying on message boards years ago was very childish. But, you know, I've come to know Eric, and I kind of like Eric, but there is still tension there. I'm not at NEFW because I've made nights with NEFW. I'm at NEFW for a very legitimate and specific reason. Me and Eric were professionals. I know Mies personally,
Right.
and I do consider a lot of those people. Mies, Shell, even though I really know she doesn't want to be involved, she is. Even Nocturne, Big Jim Sullivan, you know, I think people have seen on Facebook, especially recently, enough people know how Big Jim Sullivan and I feel about each other. I don't need to go into that. But
Right.
there are people associated with the Defiant crew, and I hate calling them somebody who I consider to be professionally an adversary, because at this point, I don't feel a lot of them have any right to be in the business. And that's just the truth.
Wow, that's a bold statement. Now be specific here. Let's name names. Go down the list. Jimmy Mies, you know, Bobby Ocean. I mean, how do you not respect a Bobby?
Big Jim Sullivan, you know, I'm fine. Stay in New York or New Jersey or wherever you're from. Like, he could do whatever he wants. But for me, Connecticut wrestling at this point is my home. Like, I hate bringing it up because I always do, but I moved 860 miles away from my family, who I am very, very close with. I miss my family every damn day. But I moved 860 miles away to help Joey make CTWE the best goddamn thing in Connecticut, and I genuinely believe we accomplished that. And we accomplished that because we were able to cut ties with people we care about as human beings, but just didn't think doing it for our business. And it was time to cut. So that's what I did with Defiant, and they went to NEFW and convinced NEFW that they were good for business.
Well,
you know?
yeah, but now you find yourself in a position where you are the authority figure, and you have to make, you know, man, it's not going to be a pretty scene.
Tough decisions.
Right. The difference here is, in Bethany Defiant Wrestling, that crew, and let me be very clear with you, I love Defiant Pro Wrestling, but this is Defiant Inc.
Yeah.
So when I say Defiant, I don't mean Defiant Pro Wrestling because I loved it. That was something I consider to be a family atmosphere. But what Defiant Inc. has become is sickening to me. They're bullies, they're unprofessional, and they really are a cancer to every promotion they work with. CTWE almost suffered because of them. We got them out of there. Now it's time to get them out of NEFW, and to be honest, after they're out of NEFW, I will say, Eric Newton, I did my job, I'm out of here too. Because NEFW is not somewhere I want to work.
Now,
I'm there to
Mikey,
help save Connecticut independent wrestling.
Mikey, those are strong
If
words.
I have to wear the NEFW flag to do it, I will. That's how much I care about this situation.
Now, Mikey, you're clearly emotional about this. You're definitely passionate about it. But do you realize you're going up against a group of gangsters in a way? You're putting yourself at risk.
That's what they like to think of themselves as. It's not gangsters. It's guys who somehow found a way to be cocky and actually be intimidating in this business.
But Mikey, you're putting yourself up against.
I'm intimidated by all of these men, including Big Jim Sullivan. And now I promise you, I will make them cower at my feet.
Alone, Mikey. I'm afraid for you. We're your friends. You're going up
It
against.
doesn't matter about friends. Like friends isn't a part of it. I'm going to get them. The problem is they were at Bethany in my home. Bethany is my home as much as it is the Battles, as much as it is it's Brickos. Bethany is my home, and they were in Bethany trying to invade, and I literally got them out of there. Joey and I decided it was time to get them out of there. And you saw it happen. It all unfolded right on your show, too. You know it. You know the details of that situation.
Well, that's why I'm worried about
That was
you.
a result of us realizing Defiant had to go.
These guys
now
are.
they go to NEFW, and Eric Newton is now realizing the same thing.
They're underhanded, though, Mikey. These guys don't play fair. You're an honorable
It doesn't
warrior.
matter. The playing fair, I don't care. Like, I know the challenge I'm up against, and you're not going to make me see like, oh, shit, I'm making a mistake. The truth of the matter is, I was able to get out of Bethany because that's my home.
Well,
They have no right to come to Bethany again. However, we're now in Waterbury, which is their home, and that's my problem. That's the real issue here. How am I going to get them out of the building and stay out of the building and let us run good shows without their cancer infecting it? How am I going to do that in Waterbury, where they are?
Well, let me ask
They
you.
will come in, and they probably got the fucking cops with them.
Right.
You know?
Yeah, no, absolutely. Well, and that kind of begs the question. I know you probably don't want to show your whole hand here, but you got Jose Perez, who actually is in our chat room right now, and he's very irate. He wants to beat the shit out of you, basically, from what I'm reading here. You've got Jim Sullivan, Jimmy Mees, Len Oddity, Bobby Ocean. The list goes on of this murderer's row. Can you give us some kind of indication of what these guys can expect the next time you guys cross paths?
This is what it is. Okay, and I want Jose Perez, who clearly is listening, to hear me, because I don't want him to think I have a personal vendetta against any of these people. It's not personal. It may be personal, but I guarantee you it's not personal. This is business. This is business. And I'll tell you how I can prove it's just business. I don't care for FW, but in my opinion, the people who are affiliated with Defiant Wrestling, including Jimmy Mees, not including Bobby Ocean. Bobby Ocean is very misplaced in that situation, in my opinion. Maybe even Nocturne, but a little less so because he was very outspoken.
Yes, he is. You're not kidding.
Time in which there was a line drawn, and some people chose the wrong side. Bobby Ocean managed to stay in the middle, and he paid for it, and he knows damn well what I'm talking about. He paid for choosing the middle. Because we kept him on, but he knows what I'm talking about.
Yes.
He paid for it.
He's actually he's talked a little bit about those situations on our show, and really, Mikey, we are, believe it or not, I hate to do this, we are actually running out of time, but we do want to talk to you again and have you back on, certainly within the next month or so, because it's going to be very interesting for us to kind of watch where this story goes and what tricks you might have up your sleeve, So one last question I'm going to throw you away. Can we expect more of a CTWE type presence maybe being brought over with you? We're already seeing Lucas Sharp showing up in Chicopee in December. Will we see more of a CTWE feel kind of as your army against Defiant?
Here's what it is. It's you got to take away Defiant's power in NEFW, which they got their teeth sunk in deep. Once I take that away, NEFW could reach heights that CTWE never was able to. And that's the thing. This is my legacy. CTWE was ultimately Joey's legacy. Eric Newton is bringing me in, and I'm going to make NEFW my legacy, and he's going to share in the glory. Chris Camaro is going to share in the glory. And then once all said and done, I will happily step back from NEFW, say, hey, you're in good hands now, and walk away if they want me to. And that's the God's honest truth.
You can, after all that hard work, you can say my work is done here and move on?
Yeah, because I defined what I've done. Look at NEFW right now. Look at them right now. You got people posting pictures of a match going on at NEFW with empty seats in the crowd saying, holy empty seats, Batman. Making a mockery of this promotion right now, and it's unfair because these guys are working their ass off. And the reason why there's empty seats is because of Defiant Inc. I'm going to take care of that, and I promise you it's going to happen. Please, before you cut me off and we run out of time because I'm a dumbass caught up on stuff, I need to talk about what I was caught up on. NEW is taking CTWE's place in a sense in Bethany.
Yeah. Yeah, how's that going to feel coming out that curtain and having an NEW banner in the Bethany Town Hall instead of a CTWE banner? What's that going to be like?
I feel very awkward.
Yeah.
I'm already kind of psychologically prepared to walk in there with and feel like a stranger. Even though Bethany is my home, I'm expecting to feel like a stranger.
Yeah.
At least that's how I really was feeling for a while.
I think the
I'm
fans.
gonna be honest, this transition from CTWE to NEW has been extremely, extremely difficult for me and a lot of other people. It's been extremely difficult. But tomorrow, the fans that show up at NEW are going to see that 6 men really worked together unpredictably and pulled off an amazing show. And you're going to see a show tomorrow that's worth seeing. It's going to be really fun to experience. It is going to be very different from CTWE. I was worried there was going to be no heart, and that's what was going to cause this whole thing to fail. I was worried there was no heart, but I've seen in the last few days that there's more heart in NEW than I ever gave it credit for.
Well,
and that's attributed to guys like Brian Anthony and
right.
stuff. Like, they're working their ass off to make sure NEW is something special. And if you come out to the show, you're going to see that.
Well, and I would also wager that one of the things that made CTWE so special is that building and the fans that show up to that building and
Very unique crowd, I agree, and I think that's what's taken NEW some time to realize.
I think
it's a
They're
unique
gonna see it
atmosphere.
after this show.
Yeah,
there isn't a bad seat in the house. Every seat you're on the action.
And I think what, you know, as awkward as it might be for you to walk through that curtain, I think once those fans see you and they react to you and you get that response that you've been looking for in that building, I think you're going to feel right at home.
I hope so. I totally agree. I miss CTWE, and it's never going to come back. There's never going to be anything that replaces it, but my goal, because I love Connecticut wrestling so much, is that I'm going to find a way to make what CTWE was better. I'm going to find something to sink my teeth into. I don't know if it's NEFW. I don't know if it's NEW. I don't know if it's something else. But I will find something to sink my teeth into, and once I do have my teeth into it, you're going to see something amazing. And it's going to be beyond what CTWE was, and I promise that.
Well,
I will find a way to bring something awesome to Connecticut.
Well, Mikey,
thank you, Mikey. We love you, my man.
Mikey, we're gonna catch up with you. We gotta go. We'll talk to you soon. Good luck tomorrow night in NEW, my friend.
Thank you very much. I really want to come back on very soon.
Done deal, buddy. You can count on it. All right, man. Catch you later.
Buddy.
Later.
All right.
Oh, wow. Mikey Chase giving us that interview that we've been waiting for. But man,
there's a lot going on our phone system.
I apologize for what's going on right now. There's a lot going on.
Usually that is muted. I don't know why that's not.
But you can't mute. It's the same phone.
Everything's relaxed. Everything's fine.
All right, everything's fine.
Hold on.
Well, let's reach out if we can. Let's try to connect with the man himself.
And we apologize to him. Now we're in trouble.
Oh, boy.
We're
Who's taking the?
You are.
Hello.
It's all Paul's fault. It's all Paul's fault.
Oh boy.
Yeah, what's going on? You know what?
Oh shit.
You haven't had me on in how damn long, and what do? You hold me up. I'm an important guy. I got stuff going on. I got drinking to do. I got guys to beat up.
Pierre, I was trying to tell Paul that. He doesn't listen. I was clearly trying to get him to take those phone calls. I apologize.
Was he talking to phone sex lines again? That dirty little bastard.
Well,
he
listen,
is a dirty bastard.
Let's welcome, if we can,
with the proper.
Yes, Pierre Vachon. Welcome to
Beast. The Beast.
Get
it right.
Mr. Vachon,
thank you, the Beast.
Mr. Vachon, the Beast. Welcome back to the program. It's been far too long.
What's it been, like 10 years? What, you guys decided that I was the unwanted stepchild? What's the problem?
I've been trying to have you on for weeks. Paul
sure
keeps cutting you out. Paul is like, nah, what are we going to talk to him about? I'm like,
That's because Paul's afraid to have me on the show.
I said, Pierre, what don't we have to talk to him about, frankly? Gun control, government closeout, lockdown, whatever the hell it was. We have a lot to talk to Pierre.
You're talking about anything. Just
anything.
You just have to call. But what happens? No, I'm treated like I'm garbage thanks to Paul.
It really is Paul's fault, Pierre. I'm glad you understand that. Thank you.
Pierre, I'd like to, if we can, listen.
Paul wants to move on.
There's no words that I can put together in any cohesive manner to fully explain and elaborate on the depth of my sorrow at the delay of which we have caused you.
His diaper's
Yeah,
full.
well, I can drink all day, so that's fine. What do we got going on, boys?
Well, listen, you tell us what's going on. Big show tomorrow night in Ballston Spa, New York.
We're talking about it? All right, great. Let's talk about it. Yeah.
I don't know. Are we talking about it? I want to know, first of all, at the Coronation Cup, as I understand it, in September, you basically made a mockery out of Elite Terrell. You beat him like a stepchild, made an example out of him, and I think that was the point.
Yeah, that's pretty accurate. See, here's the thing, and this is, call it what you will. I got my own issues on the business side of things with IYFW. I'm not too happy with how I'm being treated there. I'm not gonna lie.
Right.
I'm doing what I got to do because that's the way this is, and I'm just decided that they're not giving me the shots that they've told me I should have, even though I was the longest reigning champion in that company, and I couldn't make it to a couple shows for legal and personal matters, and then all of a sudden I was punished and told I was going to be on the opening match of the show with that Itana kid, Kamala 2, Electric Boogaloo, and and gee, I don't know, some guy they had there, and I had to tag with them.
It's an insult. It's a ridiculous insult that you would even have to be in that ring with that person.
I decided I wasn't going to work the match, so I just didn't go out. And then I came out after the match, and Elite was still in the way. He was in the ring. Decided I want to say what I had to say, and so I knocked him out. And then he got all ballsy and thought he was big, and they told me I had to wrestle and I had to argue over pay. It was just a big piece of crap. So I decided that while I was there, I would just kick the crap out of Elite, kind of give him a match that he wouldn't forget, and
completely understandable.
We'll notice it. Yeah, and I'm sure we'll notice that by when you see him limping around at this show, he'll remember that I wasn't pulling punches and I just showed him what it was. And then I'm there tomorrow night.
Well, hold on a second. If based off,
how dare you interrupt him?
Off the knowledge that I know, it was the Northern Stud that took issue with how your treatment of Elite and stuck his nose where clearly it didn't belong. It didn't belong there.
Yeah. I'm glad you guys are seeing it in my way, because that's exactly what happened.
I have no choice. I have no choice.
Pierre's way or the highway. We know that.
Yeah, the Northern Dud, he decided that he was going to try to be the people's hero, and came in his white beater and his tight shorts and decided he was going to jump in my business. And so he got me out of the ring, caught me by surprise with a good old sucker punch. And now tomorrow night, I was told I have to get in the ring with him, or apparently, I could have some problems with IYFW management if I don't show up and do what I'm told, like a good little...
Does that really bother you in the end to be, could you even be assaulted by IYF management? What could they do to Pierre the Beast?
I'm not too worried, to be honest with you, because what I've decided, and this is a scoop for you guys here at Wrestlefudge to help you out.
Thank you.
I'm going to do what I feel like at IYFW now. I'm kind of over, what they want and how they think I should play along, and so I'm just going to do what I feel like. So I'm going to go there tomorrow night, and I'm going to do my thing with Northern Dud, and then...
well done. I got that. I saw what you did there.
I may mess up some people, I might just have some fun. I might show up at shows, and maybe I'll kick someone's teeth in, maybe I won't, maybe I'll sit in the crowd and drink a beer, and still collect my pay because I'm under contract.
Wow.
So I don't know yet.
If you're going to sit and drink a beer, I may show up and drink a beer with you if that's...
You guys should show up and drink a beer with me so that I can slap Paul at least once.
Oh, man.
Paul's going to have to wear double diapers tomorrow night.
Yeah. Are you guys going to be there?
I can't make it. No. Will might be there. I would love to be there, but I'm scared. I'll be honest.
It's really still up in the air.
You intimidate me.
It's a birthday weekend for Will Senna. I may be anywhere tomorrow, including Atlantic City, Vegas, or Thailand.
Listen to you, high roller.
Or rehab.
Listen to you.
Yeah, or in passages somewhere in Miami.
I didn't know Wrestlefudge was giving you the riches where you could jet set like you're Ric Flair. Good for you.
Oh no, Wrestlefudge didn't bring it in. No. 68 Carolina Productions did.
Let's go back to IYFW and your position in that locker room. To me, it's appalling. I'm appalled and I'm shocked. I'm disgusted at the fact I don't believe you've been given a rematch for the championship that you lost.
Ever.
No, you're right, and that was one of my biggest arguments. As I came in, and I said, you know what, guys, I was the longest reigning champion you guys had. I was the monster that you wanted. Let's be honest. People came to those shows to see if someone was going to be able to beat me.
I did, at least. I can vouch for that.
Yeah, and people were pissed off, hoping that they were going to see the guy who was going to drop me out and take the title away from me. People paid money, walked in the doors to see that. And then, Roddy lucked out. He got the shot on me. Good for him. Blah blah blah. People's champion. Blah, 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 all that crap. I don't care. I said, look, I want a rematch. I think we can put together a good show. I can beat him up again, take my title back, and then people will be happy and they'll come back and cry and yell and hate me because they're all idiots.
And you're absolutely right. I certainly was not there to see CJ Scott or Scott Scarsdale.
Who's there to see Grand Dynasty Beard CJ Scott? No one.
That's a great point.
Maybe there are some people there. There are some people there that look like they have 8 brain cells fighting to make thought patterns, and they're probably enjoying some of that. But I can't really take too much away from CJ. I've been around him a long time. I helped him when he started out in the business.
Well, and the two of you have had some wars, not just in Vermont. So there's a bit of a history there.
Setting up today, I was going through pictures, and there was one of you grabbing his beard, I think at a SAW show back in the day, and it was awesome. I almost used it for the
my favorite thing to do is just grab him, drag him around by his beard. He knows that, so that's why he doesn't really tangle with me. But people weren't there to see that. People were there to see me and see the monster that I am, and either see me kill some poor kid who wanted a title shot, or see some guy try to knock me off the throne. So when I came back after I lost that one, I was having a rough time. He caught me on a bad night, so be it. Next thing you know, I had a couple of personal issues, couldn't come to a couple shows. Asked for my rematch, and I was told no. Said no, we've gone another direction. The title structure, whatever that is. I don't know if they throw darts at a board and and figure out who's going to wrestle who. I don't frickin' know. All I know is I was told no. You're not going to get a title shot here. Why don't you wrestle with Itana and some guy that showed up who I don't know who he was, and we'll take on Jamar Magic Justice, just whatever the hell his name is. And Nocturne, who I've already beaten up, and I don't even remember who else was supposed to be in the match. So that was what my welcome back was that. And then they get in the ring and start bitching at me that, you weren't here for 2 shows, and you violated your contract, and blah, blah, blah. And then that stupid idiot ring announcer runs his mouth. I don't remember what his name is.
Nobody does.
Walt Ball. Come on.
Oh,
Walt Ball? Thank you. Okay,
I love Walt Ball.
Come on.
Okay, well, that's great. You can love Walt Ball, but that big Oompa Loompa, he got in my face, ran his mouth, and now he's upset because I said things that he didn't like. I don't know if it's real. I don't know what's going on with him. He's just got issues.
Do you think that there's other problems maybe with management that you have that are leading to this? I mean, is there some sort of monster behind the scenes controlling the pawns like a chessboard that could be holding you back?
I have no idea all that crap. I have no clue.
We know Evans isn't smart enough to pull something off like that. So who could it be? Give us, if you had to guess behind the scenes, who would be controlling the strings here?
Don't you dare say Max Burton. Don't you dare.
Well, Max Burton,
he was fair.
He stuck his nose in, and we've done good business together, and he stuck his nose in because he was the interim commissioner for the night and, told me what was going to happen, and I was going to get fired and whatever. I think he's just another puppet. I have no idea. I think he's just getting his strings pulled by whoever's in the back telling him what to do. I have no idea if it's, who decided they were going to open up IYFW and who decided that they were going to run things the way they do. But I'm not getting the respect I deserve, so therefore I've had offers from other companies, I've decided that for right now, until I get this straightened out where I get to do what I want to do, I'm going to bang around a little bit, see what happens. You might see me in some other promotions. I'll still be at IYFW.
Interesting.
But I am not worried about the title anymore. Not right now. I'm worried about doing what I want to do there. So if there's some young guy who thinks he's tough, thinks he's going to make his mark in the business, I'm going to make sure I step in to show him exactly where he stands next to me. So that's pretty much what it's going to be.
Now, Pierre, if I can ask you a question here, now hearing what you just said to us, is there ever a picture in your future where you envision a tag match with you, maybe with Franz Roddy or Bobby Ocean or somebody going after the belts here? I think, we have great tag teams in New England, but I got to believe one with Pierre Vachon showcased in it would be one people would want to see.
Who would you want to team up with if there was one guy? Who would it be?
Right. You know what? I'm not to cut you off, but I'm more important than you, Paul.
Yep.
I was a tag team guy for many years. If you look at my record, Damian Vachon and I, we traveled around the country together. I've tagged with multiple guys. It was kind of my thing for a long time. I held NWA titles, tag titles. I've held titles all over the country. I've held a lot for tag team, and it's something I want to get back to. It's been tough because I really want to find the right partner. I want to find a guy who is as sadistic as I am and doesn't care about the rules the same way I don't, and wants to just get the job done and basically do what we get paid to do, which is piss people off and hurt people, and that's what we do. So I need to find the right guy. There's a couple of guys in IYFW. I don't want to tip my hand because I don't know management hears this. I'm sure they're listening.
They'll screw it up. Keep them out of it. They'll just screw it up.
Yeah. Right. Yeah, but if they hear it, who knows? I might end up having to work matches against guys that that I might want to tag with in the future because they don't want to see us team up. So I don't want to.
Great point. Great point.
Now, Paul was talking about Christmas earlier in the show. We have our first December show booking. It was featured in Run the Gauntlet. I have a Christmas wish, Pierre, if I can.
All right.
I want to see Pierre Vachon at a World of Hurt wrestling show. And if I may, I'd like to be even more detailed. I'd like to see Pierre Vachon versus Danger. How's that?
Okay.
How's that for a match right there? For a Christmas present for everybody out there who loves wrestling, loves World of Hurt, loves IYFW,
loves the Beast.
How about the Beast versus Danger in what, if I can, a New England monster match?
You know what? I'm all for it. Now, you talk to the powers that be and you let people know I'll show up anywhere and represent myself anywhere I go, and I'll kick people's teeth in. I used to work for World of Hurt for a long time when they first,
right.
One of their first incarnations I was in. Actually, I wrestled against Punk for the hardcore title. That was like my first match with World of Hurt years ago. So I know all those guys. I've traveled around. Danger I know really well. I've been up and down, shows with him. And all I got to say is I'd have no problem stepping in the ring with Danger and the largest man in the world, or whatever he calls himself, and just bring that planet down just a little bit smaller.
Wow, I love
in the ring
it.
with the Beast is going to be the toughest thing he's had to deal with. So if it happens, if it gets signed somewhere down the road, and whatever promotion wants to book it,
I'm sure Will,
damn well ready.
And I'm sure Will take 100% credit for the booking.
Absolutely. Sure. That's a great booking. Think about that. That's a main event waiting to happen.
Now, in the chat room, Pierre, I don't know if you're able to watch us live right now. In the chat room, there's a wrestler who's been very vocal since you've come on, who's been basically calling you out. Jose Perez of NEFW, of Defining. You're familiar with Jose Perez?
Oh, jeez, I know Jose for years. Jose and I used to do a lot of time down in Massachusetts area, New England. I wrestled all over. I've been on many shows with Jose. I've been in battle royals with Jose. I've stepped in the ring with Jose Perez. If he wants to, all he has to do. Any guy who wants to step in the ring with me, who's running their mouth, all they have to do is sign a dotted line. That's all they have to do. You find the promotion, you tell me where to show up, and you give me my pay, and I'll get in the ring and punch anyone in the face.
An insurance form too, right? They need to sign an insurance form.
Yeah, sign the waiver. If you're not a professional wrestler and you want to step in the ring and get your teeth knocked in by me, you just have to find somebody that'll sign a waiver. I say that every time when I walk into IYFW. Any of those yokels that are out there, the 25 people in the front row that make a full set of teeth, any of them, they step in, all they have to do is sign a waiver, and I guarantee you I will make it the worst night of their life and one of the most memorable nights of life in professional wrestling for them, because they're going to end up in the ER.
Now, well, fair enough, Pierre, and I fully support that.
Paul has a fully wet diaper right now.
No, that might be true. But Jose Perez has also petitioned me to ask this question. But I want to make it clear. I want to make a caveat. I want to preface that with a preface.
Caviar?
That states this is his question, not mine. Okay?
Yeah.
Okay. The question is, how many midgets have you eaten?
Well, how many midgets have I eaten? That's Jose Perez's fifth grade question.
That's it.
Good for him.
Yep.
Well, let me ask, how many kids does Jose have?
I'm not sure. I'm not sure.
You got 50, 60? I've probably eaten them all.
Oh, wow.
Whoa.
All right, Will is...
That's just for you, Jose, buddy. Love ya.
Oh, boy.
Wow.
Will is putting up a
montage.
A montage
of the best bites in Vachon history. We have Bobby Ocean. We have Vigo. I think Drake was in there. Now, I want to pitch something to you, Vachon. When we have you on the phone.
Nunzio, who I actually got a win over.
That's true.
I just want to pitch a bit to you. If we can ever have you live in studio, we're going to present different meats to you. And we want you to tell us which one of the meats is chicken. Because we know one of your call signs is it all tastes like chicken.
Yeah, absolutely right. You know what? You guys are in some bum area of New York, right? You're out in the sticks or something?
Absolutely. We're in the capital. Yes.
All right, perfect. Yeah, so you're in the slut school. All right, cool. I'll tell you what. We'll figure out a time for me to make my way over there, and I'll show up in the studio, and we can do whatever you want. Whatever fun little
We'll have different white meats out there. We'll have a little bit of lamb. We'll have a little bit of pork. We'll have a little bit of crocodile. But then we'll have chicken, and we're going to try to get you blindfolded if you can identify the chicken. Because you do. You taste a lot of flesh.
Is in there somewhere that I could chew on it. I'm fine with it.
We'll scrape a half a pound of flesh off a paw. He won't miss it.
Well, what I would like to do is extend an olive branch and a welcome to Studio 68. The door's always open, Pierre, as long as you don't mind my bodyguards. That's all I got.
Who's your bodyguard?
Probably the Rickety Rocket, and I don't know. I haven't thought that far in advance.
He's gonna try to get Franz, but he's got some other celebrity appointment somewhere.
Right.
Oh, gotcha. Well, if it's Rickety Rocket, I'll just throw him a Twinkie and he'll go away.
Now, recently
that boy needs to eat.
Recently, we saw a poster where you fought the Rocket up in Vermont, right? Did that just?
Yeah, they've done weird crap with me all over. At one point, I tagged with the Rocket.
Yeah.
And all I did really is I used him as a lawn dart and just threw him at guys.
I gotta believe with his aerodynamics, that was effective though.
Yeah, it worked. I couldn't complain. I mean, he's a sweet little idiot, so it was fine. He flew like a lawn dart at people. It was great.
Well, speaking of Vermont, speaking of Slam All-Star Wrestling, a place where you have been a fixture for years, Will posed a question last week on our Season 3 premiere.
I need an update. Thank you.
Will's dying to know what's going on with Michael Monroe.
He's a great guy, and I just want to know that he's okay.
We know he was injured. I think you were in that tag match. Am I?
Yes, I was.
Yeah, no.
I was in that match with him. It was really, not to begrudge anybody. Michael Monroe's a good wrestler. He's doing all right from what I've heard. I haven't seen him much. But, it was a pretty bad injury. It just happened out of nowhere.
A fluke.
And anybody who thinks that wrestling, is completely fake and, no one gets hurt and it's all a big joke, that dude did a drop kick and then something happened to his ribs and his shoulder blades that I don't even understand.
Yeah.
And the noise we heard in the ring was one of the scariest things I ever heard. And then he fell over in pain, and then he had to get out, and he got injured. And it's that quick in this business. You never know when something like that could happen. So he's doing all right from what I've heard. He's getting better. I'm sure he'll be back down at IYFW, back at Solid doing his thing. It's just going to take him some time, and I understand that. I've had my knee replaced. I know how that goes.
Wow.
You gotta take your time. So he's doing all right. He's walking, he's talking, he's breathing, and he wants to get back in the ring, I'm sure. So it'll just take him some time, but I'm sure he'll be back.
Well, Pierre, you've obviously been involved in a lot of crazy altercations. The moment that springs to mind, of course, is the famous stare down between yourself and Bobby Ocean, basically live on our program at Memories, Moments of Mayhem, the first event. I don't know if you recall that. Bobby Ocean just picking up his very first heavyweight championship in NEFW Revolution down in Waterbury, Connecticut. What are your thoughts on Bobby O?
You know what? Bobby O and I have been around a long time. We've kicked each other's teeth in more places than I can count. We've known each other for years. I don't take anything away from the guy. He's good at what he does, but I'm just a little bit better, and he has yet to really take me out. So if he ever wants to put one of those titles on the line and have me come on down, I will gladly step in a ring with him and maybe have to embarrass him in front of his people once again down that way. But I guarantee you put Bobby Ocean and I in a ring together, it's going to be a fight no matter what.
Very true.
Another possible monumental tag team right there. Right. Going anywhere.
True.
Imagine that.
If Bobby could get a little more aggressive.
If the Rocket was a lawn dart, would Bobby Ocean be like a cruise missile?
Yeah. He'd be a much more accurate, like a smart missile kind of thing. I could throw him in, and I know he'd land direct and actually punch the guy in the face.
Yeah.
Ricky Rocket sometimes gets confused and stares at lights, and he's a good kid, but damn. Anyway.
Well, Pierre, there's a lot of different sides to you, and I think I've heard three of them today. I've heard three personalities on this phone call. One of the things that you've been a part of is stand-up comedy, which to me is a crazy departure from the guy I've seen in the ring.
Yeah, because you pee your pants whenever you see me, so it's hard to think about laughing.
He pees his pants when he laughs too.
Right. I almost wonder if you might be a double threat in that sense.
He may shard himself.
Yeah, Yeah, well, my whole idea is that when I get on stage and do comedy, I scare people to laugh because they don't want to get beat up. That's usually, I've never had a heckler in all my years of doing comedy. Because usually they're afraid that I'll come down and eat their children.
Do you wear the leather mask with the horns and the chains?
No, but I have done comedy sets in my spandex. So
Nice.
Yeah. And if you want to see a show, see a big, giant, hairy man in spandex telling jokes.
Hey, you know what?
You don't even need to tell a joke at that point. It's
Tickets
just comedy.
sold. Tickets sold.
Now,
where do I buy?
Exactly. It's money in the bank is what I like to call it.
You know, I gotta wonder. Having never wrestled before, clearly you've seen my body type, and having never been on stage doing stand-up comedy in that sense, it's almost. I have to wonder if it's a similar experience for you doing that thing. You know, you get the crowd's attention, you capture them, you get the response you're looking for, you toy with them. What's it like for you? What's the biggest difference other than the blood?
The biggest difference is I don't have Jose Perez yelling, "How many midgets have I eaten?" That's a big difference.
That's true.
But you know, one of the biggest differences is that I don't get hit with chairs. Guys aren't punching me. I haven't had that problem yet in a comedy show. Who knows? It could happen.
Right.
But yeah, I get the same rush. It's a blast. I mean, I love to go up there and just have a good time. I mean, really, when I get on stage, what you see is what you get. One of the things about me that guys don't know when it comes to doing my comedy is that I don't actually go up with a set list. A lot of comedians go up and they've written out a whole bunch of stuff and they're going to just go up and do their thing. I have stuff I've talked about in the past that I'll talk about again, but I have no idea what's going to come out of my mouth until I get on stage.
So is that a lot about the audience? You judge the enemy or the energy?
I just feel it out, and if it's a crowd that's rowdy, I'll tell inappropriate jokes or talk about more of my stuff is just observations and stories. Here, I'll throw something at you that I've been talking about on stage, and if you hear any other comedian do this shit, you just tell them to pound sand that you heard it from me first.
Fair enough.
Yeah, and so I talk a lot about this on stage. One thing that's driving me nuts is there's if you want look at Facebook, there's a lot of 17-year-old girls that are getting pregnant and having babies like it's the Puritan times. Like they feel like they have to be pregnant and have a baby at 18. And the thing that drives me nuts is when they're on Facebook or online, they're asking for baby advice. Like, my baby's sick, what should I do? And people are responding. And I can't get over it. Like, are you really going to listen to the person that has 17,000 pictures of lolcats on their frickin' page, and they're going to give you baby advice? So I have a plan. This is what I did, and this actually happened. It was stupid. I couldn't believe it. I wanted to just take the baby, from this kid. And just because the baby be safer with me. Even if I ate it, it'd still be safer. So the girl said, "Oh, my baby has a rash. What do I do?" I said, and this is exactly what I typed. I said, "Have you tried dipping the baby in flour?" First thing I said. And there was a weird response. And I said, "Have you tried heating up olive oil?" And there was no response. And then I wrote, "Have you tried dipping the floured baby in the oil?"
Oh, my God.
About 5 seconds after that one, the girl wrote back, "Is this something that actually works?" That's what she said. I basically told her to deep fry her baby.
Right.
And she asked me if that was a good thing to cure its rash. Give me your baby.
What type of flour do you use? What type of flour?
It doesn't matter. That's the point. She is too stupid to actually figure this out.
Well, I think
it blew my mind.
Now, Pierre, in her defense, it probably would have cleared up that rash.
Yeah, it would have, and she would have been in jail. So she would have had a whole different rash.
Wow.
But that's beside the point.
Yeah, you're not kidding. You're not kidding. So, Pierre, where are you actively doing stand-up? Where can fans find you?
Well, right now I've been doing a lot in Vermont, and I did some stuff in Massachusetts for a while, but now I'm trying to branch out. I'm trying to do some more stuff in New York, trying to find some booking areas over there. I will be launching PierreTheBeast.com in the next few months and putting up some of my stand-up on there so people can see it. I'm hoping to put together a DVD soon to sell online of some of my stand-up. I'm actually hoping soon to find a venue to put together my own comedy show, like a full show, so I can record it, DVD, do the whole 9 yards with it, and put that out there for people to see, especially people that I have fans that I've actually had fans write me from Germany, which was really cool. I'm out wrestling, but they also heard I do comedy, and they wanted to see some. So I'm working on that. I'm not much of a tech-savvy guy with the Facebook crap. I have a Facebook page. I put stuff up on there. It's just Pierre the Beast.
Entertaining. It's very entertaining reading.
Yeah, once in a while I put a rant up there, especially because I own a tattoo shop in Vermont, and I'm a body piercer as well.
How do you feel about kids that spill Diet Coke on leather hats?
Oh yeah, don't even get me started on that little if I could sell that kid to anyone, I would have.
That's a kid that you were ready to deep fry that kid that day, I think.
Yeah, that kid actually deserved to be put in oil and flour. I was mad.
Crispy.
And
Just so you know, I'm a daily reader.
Yeah, I can't hold it back sometimes. Sometimes I just rant on my Facebook. So if you haven't seen my Facebook page, check it out. But I will be putting up PierreTheBeast.com pretty soon.
That's great.
And getting that going.
That's great. Well, Pierre, obviously tomorrow's a big day, and I don't think it's going to be a laughing matter in Boston Spa, and I don't think Northern Stud is going to be giggling when he sees you come through that curtain. You mentioned about it's really just about hurting people and doing whatever it is you want to do. What is the goal tomorrow?
Tomorrow, I don't really. Management can hear this. I really don't care. I don't care about winning. I don't care about rules. Stud, dud, whatever you want to call yourself. You just have to be prepared for the fact that all I want to do is beat you up. And if a ref gets in my way, I'm going to knock them out too. If Walter Bell, Ball, Ding Dong, whatever his name is, if he says my name wrong, I'm going to punch him in the face. And if any administration gets in my way or gives me any crap in the back, I guarantee you I'm going to make it rough for everybody. So all everyone has to do is just sit back and watch the tornado. That's the beast. And I'm just going to do what I do best, and that's hurt people, make money, and get a reaction.
Well, wow. And I
come on.
I'm speechless. Pierre, thank you so much for calling in. I would like to one more time extend an apology for making you wait. If there's one thing I would never do again.
But he did it this time.
I will never.
But he did it this time.
It won't happen again until the next time, Pierre. You have that promise.
Yeah. All right, guys. Thank you so much. We'll talk soon, I'm sure. And, Paul, don't worry. I'll find out where you live. I'll come visit.
Fuck!
I'll give you his address. I'll email it.
All right, perfect. We'll talk later.
Shit. Thank you. Ladies and gentlemen, give it up one more time for Pierre the Beast Vachon. Jesus, Will, what's this about? You're going to give him my address? That doesn't even seem like a good idea.
I don't even know your address. It's all fun. I mean, how am I going to give you?
It's kind of like Franz. I had forgotten about you guys until
the moon blew up.
Oh my Lord. Well, it's been that was a crazy interview. I told you we would see a side of Pierre Vachon that you never saw before.
I'm happy about that. He clearly loves me. He hates you. I'm sorry. You're
I forgot to ask him if he's a Will Sema fan. You know what though? I think I did the right thing because I think your feelings would have been hurt.
I don't think so.
You don't think so?
I think he loves me.
Oh boy, I don't know.
I think we had something going there. It was like a bond or something.
Man, I only wish I had Love Lift Us Up Where We Belong.
Oh, because that would just ruin the moment. Great.
No, I think it would add to the moment, Will. But instead, it'll be this. You think he loves you?
The epic sax guy, really?
No, it's Careless Whisper. It's Wham, for Christ's sake.
That's ridiculous. Nothing is Wham. Wham is nothing.
It's been a crazy show. Will, we've talked to JT Dunn. He had a lot to say. We talked to Mikey Chase. We didn't even get all the questions in for JT. We didn't even scratch the surface really of Mikey Chase. We're gonna have him back on.
Both of them on the show next week.
We're off next week.
Oh shit!
Fuck off!
Well, we're off the air next week. We're not doing a show next week.
Thank God. I mean,
we are going to be dark next week.
Season 3 is epic.
Season 3 is ridiculous. I want to thank everyone for tuning in.
Empty again.
Well, you're going to have an opportunity to refresh that drink, my friend. It's Wrestlefudge TV Live. I want to thank everyone for tuning in today. I want to thank JT Dunn. I want to thank Mikey Chase. I want to thank Pierre the Beast Vachon.
You better beg for his forgiveness.
Pierre?
Yeah.
I just did. He's never going to forgive me, so why am I going to? Shit.
Should carry his chains down for his next match.
I want to thank Chuck, our official Wrestlefudge TV Live announcer.
Thank you, Chuck.
Thanks, Chuck.
What?
Well, I want to thank you. I never thank you. I don't thank you enough, Will. It's a thankless job that you have. There's no kidding, huh? But I want to thank you, Will. I would like to thank the Wrestlefudge TV studio dogs who have been running rampant the entire show.
Barking.
It's awesome. I honestly, I'm enjoying it.
Thank the WrestleTunes guys.
Yeah, the WrestleTunes guys. It's Wrestlefudge TV Live.
Don't play that.
Oh,
You just screwed the entire thing up.
Don't yell at me.
That's trademark. You just screwed the entire broadcast up. We haven't played anything trademarked until that moment.
Not true. We played the Jeopardy music. Listen, we're fucked, buddy. We're screwed. Yeah. Oh yeah.
All right, where are we at?
68 Caroline Productions, Studio 68. If we can, Will, let's close the show with the dedication to Tom Ugly.
Want me to play the whole thing?
No, maybe just put
or the one I made.
Yeah, throw the slide up. Of course, this episode dedicated.
I'm not going to do it until you're done talking.
Dedicated in memory of Tom Ugly. I want to thank everyone for joining us, and we will see you guys soon. Thank you.